would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Sunday, King Dolphin TV. Pudgy, take it.
Sunday, unedited, uncensored. It's King Dolphin TV. Yay!
Hey! Welcome to King Dolphin TV Sunday Special. I am Raymond, author of the King Dolphin author of the Dolphin Wars book series and ruler of the best pond here in YouTube. Welcome again to Sunday. As you can see on the picture.
Hello, Ramsey.
Hey, Ramsey. What's
That's Ramsey.
Oh, it's Ramsey. Welcome, Ramsey.
Okay, Ramsey.
Okay, why is... Okay. Just,
Oh boy, Mr. John is here. What's in
Hey,
the
John.
secret fridge today?
Hi,
Oh,
John.
Hey, John.
hi there. How's everybody?
Good. Oh,
Just the usual.
just the usual stuff.
Yeah. My
Uh,
Apple products and Diet Coke.
Yeah. All right. So we are okay. So as you can see from the picture in the background and on the splash page, demolition is happening to the kiddie table.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see slap shots in charge of demolition, and then you've got Pudgy and Snort doing their thing, which yeah, let me get it up here. Where is it? Demolition. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. I've had some computer issues earlier on, so things are kind of on the slow side, but it's as Snortopupus would say, Gumby is raising its ugly head again. Yep. See, that is the demolition process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Need to
Never
find a
get it done.
containment field for
You never get
Gumby.
everything done before you're quick enough for us, you know. It always
Mhm.
takes time.
Yeah. Yep. Yep, indeed. Yep. And Ramsey's helping.
Yeah.
Yay, Ramsey.
Yay, Ramsey. Snoopy's got his ear. So it's all good to go. We are here to make everybody laugh, cry, well, not cry, laugh, have fun. I've got a nutty news adventure to tell everybody today.
Awesome.
Yeah. The guy says, "What a way to ruin a Trans Am." I know. Hey, talk to those two. Oh, I think Snort has issues with the left. Left, and you're supposed to go. It's always left turns. I think he made that right turn on
It's a
Albuquerque.
NASCAR, like
Yeah.
NASCAR thing, all left turns.
Exactly. I think what he did is made a right turn on Albuquerque.
Boy, Pudgy wonder, if they do NASCAR in Brazil, do they have to turn to the right?
Ooh, that's right. You got that equator stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yep, Legata says, "Who is driving? Son of Snort." Ooh, that's a yeah, that could be too. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only one that knows how to drive stick.
Oh, true. Okay. All right. And speaking of Snowy, he's probably going to be on later on tonight.
Okay.
So we're going to introduce the panel, and then we will go with the week in review, and then we'll introduce everybody else that's out there. So we've got the amazing Pudgy and Cobalt. How you guys doing? How's your weekend?
Pudgy, good. How are you, Mr. Raymond?
Oh, it's been interesting. It's been a very interesting, and I'll explain that at Nutty News. So yeah, it was an interesting week and interesting day yesterday. So,
Very good.
and we will talk about it later. Ron, Fez, how you been?
Oh, not bad. And I discovered something this week that I don't think I should have been living without for the last quarter of a century. Aardman Animation and Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep. I completely missed them for the last 25 years, and I'm regretting it. But I've been binging on Shaun the Sheep, and I saw Curse of the Were-Rabbit last night. And it's like, wow, children's entertainment that doesn't make me want to vomit. Unbelievable. So that was a lot of fun. I've been having fun with that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Especially the one where they go to the moon.
Yes. Yes. Grand day out. That was, and I mean, the humor, it's side by side kind of with Pudgy, but it's different. You know, it's on that same level of adventure and fun and just awesome.
All right. And Wendy, how you been? Sorry for your loss, but how's the rest of your week been?
Oh, it's been all right. I mean, it's my uncle. You know, he was really sick. We all knew he would be taking out, be leaving us shortly. So, not
Sorry to hear that.
But that's why we're gonna have to move ladies' night, because I'll be in Marble Falls, Texas next Saturday for the funeral.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, so
other than that, everything's been all right. Yeah.
All right.
Same old, same old.
Good. As long as it's not too crazy, as same old, same old. All right, and now we will welcome the chat. If you're interested, please send me a DM or let Sandra know you may be interested, and I'll send you a link. We're keeping control. We're making this invite only because of the buffering issues I've been having, and I was having some technical difficulties this within the last half hour. So I'm keeping tight rein over who all comes on. So we shall welcome the amazing wrenches that keep things going here. We have our producer, Sandra, who's out there watching everything and ready to back up should I have issues here. We have, of course, our co-host, Wendy Webb, the Trauma Warrior.
Hello.
Hi.
John Rendell doing double duty as a wrench. We have Pudgy with the Wrench of Doom.
Yay.
He's got the power.
Pudgy has the power of the Allen wrench.
Yep. And we have our first in and last out. We've got Legatus Legionii. Here. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. So beware. So yes, and Snortapoopa says he's probably going to be late, so we shall see. And then we have the chatters who's out there. It's kind of a lean crowd right now. We've got Casey Osowski. Casey, I hope you're doing well. Sorry for your loss. Our thoughts and our prayers are going to you. Absolutely. Here, if you want to come in and talk about it, you can later. Let's see. Here we go, Kissy. There you go. If you want to come in and chat about it, you can. And the Goddess Legionized says, a DM, a dungeon master. We're gonna play DD. Yay! Woohoo! I got my dice ready. Yeah, wait. I don't know. I don't know how D&D would translate to this crazy stream. No, we're not going there. Does this mean that since Pudgy has a wrench, that you know who also has access to a wrench? Let's not get him in here right away.
We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about Mirror Pudgy. We can say his name as many times as anyone wants to. He used up all of his vacation time.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the Emperor said, forget about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to work a certain number of hours before you get the vacation time, so he went negative, so now that means he has to work a couple months before he can come back.
Oh, to our relief. To our relief.
Yes.
Okay, besides Casey Sowski, we've got, I'm now high tech, I have a spreadsheet. We've got the pop culture curator. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi there.
Welcome to the pod.
Hello.
And that is who we've got right now. So let us begin with the shenanigans. Hello, Casey. How are you, my friend?
Raymond, it's wonderful to be here. I'm just glad to have something this week that'll make me laugh a little bit or something, because life kind of sucks.
Yeah, understand. Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to have lots of fun. And I think we're going to start out with a nutty news segment. Pudgy, go ahead. Okay, today's nutty news section is actually a King Dolphin nutty news section because it happened to us. Remember, I was saying yesterday let me add. Hello, Tiger Stripes. Oh, I love that
Tiger
avatar.
Stripes.
Hi there.
Hi, it's nice to see
Nice.
everybody.
Nice
Good to be
to see
seen.
you.
Thank you. I missed you too. Nice to see you. Nice to be seen.
Oh yeah, love the avatar.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes, that is either Kitty or Cleo or Pussyfoot, depending on which decade you're talking about, I think.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, it was the same character. They just named her 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, welcome, Tiger Stripes, and we are
Thank you.
glad to have you on.
Thank you.
How's your week been?
Really challenging. Our power was off for
Ouch.
65 hours.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes, about on a par with the last time they turned our power off 2 years ago in 21, where we went for 3 days, I
Oh,
believe.
no.
And we've got through it and it was okay, but it's just kind of exhausting. The day after they turned it on, I just sort of went into bed and didn't come out for all day long, just I think from the stress. So
Yeah.
Well,
Here
now
we
you have
are.
a place to. Now you have a place to relax, to laugh, to laugh.
yes,
What else?
Unwind.
I need all
Unwind.
of that.
Yes.
I need all of that.
So, all right. So we have a nutty news section.
All right, love
And,
that.
and this is actually close to home because this involved the special mission that Sandra and I were on yesterday. What it was we had to our wing was going through a major compliance inspection where they inspect all our paperwork, et cetera, et cetera. And as the inspector general, I needed to go down there. Plus, they also needed to inspect our airplane. Now, backstory is our airplane has been in the last month or so giving some really weird electrical issues. We've had, I think it's been the same thing. It's been low voltage. And it has actually been seen twice or a couple times to get checked out. They haven't really found anything. So it's one of those things, the little gremlins wandering around. So we had the airplane fixed. So Sandra and I got up. We headed out about 6 o'clock in the morning, got to the airplane. And of course, it is colder than cold can be. I mean, it was painfully cold. My hands were hurting. That's how cold it was. And the hangar's not very heated. So we're going through our pre-flight. The tires were being stubborn. They wouldn't fill up. We were filling those things up. So we were running late. So we get into the airplane. We start it up. And we're ready to go. And we're getting the low voltage lights again. So we're going, okay, what's going on? So Sandra decides to shut down the plane and sit there seeing if it's just a little quirk. And she turned it back on. The voltage was going okay. We go, we do our run-up checks. We're ready to take off. We get our clearance. We get on the runway. She starts pushing the throttle in. We start our takeoff roll. We rotate. We're wheels up at about 50 feet. We're getting alarms everywhere. We're getting the low volt light. We're getting a chime, dot, dot. And I look at Sandra. She's not even looking at me. She looks and then she just pulls the throttle, brings the airplane down. We land. We have plenty of runway, by the way. So
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of runway in those.
huh?
You don't need a lot of runway to get off the ground to rotate.
No, that's true. That's true. And with a Cessna 182, it's you're off the ground. You're off the ground really fast. Yeah. But we did. Sandra told me that she thought, well, I was thinking, do I have enough runway? I have enough runway, because she was also at some point deciding that whether we'd have to do a go around and land. But we landed. I actually thought she could have made it off the next taxiway, but she decided to go down to the end of the runway and then taxi back. So we came back. We told it, air traffic control, we're boarding. They asked for if we needed assistance. They said, no, just close our flight plan and everything. And we made it back to the hangar, shut it down, and then we had to call everybody saying, sorry, guys, we can't make it. We've got a wonky airplane. And we explained everything. And so we sat there because we sat there at the squadron because we don't know what they were going to do and whether they needed us to go do a walk around with our camera, taking pictures for their inspection, or if they were just going to find another airplane. But I thought it was a slight adventure because it was like up now.
Oh, quick thinking on Sandra's part.
Oh yeah, I told her I was.
Sandra, amazing.
Yeah, that's a great save, Sandra.
Yes,
Sandra did good.
Yep.
So official Pudgy rule. You're not allowed to fly anymore.
Oh no, we gotta fly. We gotta fly.
No, it's not safe. Mr. Raymond has to be careful.
Oh, I am careful. I am careful.
Yep.
We just got to figure out what's going on. They've taken the airplane over to get it looked at. But it's electrical things. Anybody who's been with used to electrical things, those are wonky things to try and find out what the issue is.
Does anything as small as a Cessna have de-icers on the wings?
No.
Okay.
We're not allowed to fly into known icing. No, these don't have de-icers.
Mhm.
So some do. Some 182s will have I de-icers on the wings and on the propellers, but we do not have them on our airplanes, and we're not allowed to go into icing conditions. But it was visual flight rules, VFR. The nearest clouds were about 20,000 feet, so we weren't anywhere near. We weren't anywhere near any moisture, even though the freezing level was obviously on the ground, with as cold as it was. And we already decided we were going to tell them we'd have to come back early because the winds coming back were going to be crosswinds. But the point was moot anyway. So, but
Hey, Mr. Raymond,
yes, Pudgy.
the inspection, was it also in West Virginia?
Yes, it was in Charleston.
Oh, okay. So that means you're not allowed to fly to Charleston.
Well, unfortunately, that's our headquarters. We have no choice at times. But the good news was, despite us not being there, evidently we had all our documentation, all our ducks in a row. So we passed it with we passed it with flying colors. So yes.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Awesome.
We passed it with flying colors. The team had nothing but good things to say, and it was all good. Now we just got to get an airplane fixed. So,
Oh, boy, that's probably going to cost a lot.
well, it's government money.
Yep.
Yep, the Air Force pays for this. So,
And
I'm
electrical
very happy
things
they
can
can
be a
spend
lot
all
of
the money
fun.
they want to fix your airplane.
yep,
That's the way
exactly.
it should be.
Yep, and actually, the timing is right because every 100 hours it has to go through an inspection. Even though ours is early, I think at this point it's probably might as well do the full thing, and maybe they'll find it.
Yeah. Yeah, better early than late.
Yeah. It's a shame we got to take it 6 hours earlier than it was supposed to, but what can you do? But that is our little adventure. Now,
Sandra mentions that there was also a presidential flight restriction, which is loads of fun.
oh yeah,
That's interesting.
oh
That's
yeah,
got to be a ton of fun.
oh no, it isn't. What happens is when he goes somewhere.
Well, I think she's speaking ironically there.
That's true. When he goes somewhere, and I'm going to be very general, he takes a restricted airspace restriction. I'm not going to go into the dimensions, but it pretty much is a no-fly zone around wherever he's at. So the no-fly zone covered our airport during the afternoon, so it would have made returning quite dicey. But if we had gone, but we would have filed an instrument. We would have gotten an instrument clearance, which would have allowed us in. So, but yeah, it was.
Well, the good news is you were flying in an airplane and not a balloon.
Legatus had an interesting comment about that. Let me go up and see.
Or even this is just, no, I can't say it. It's too, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to stop now.
But this is what Legatus said.
Yeah.
Legatus said we could not podcast Saturday because of a secret mission, and a balloon got popped Saturday. Coinciding. Yeah.
All I can say is I'm just glad that you and Sandra are okay, because life without my pod would be a real dump.
Yeah. No, it was. I had no concerns. I had the best pilot I know handling the control.
Never fly again.
Oh, I have to. I'm a pilot. I just got to get
No,
my.
Pudgy,
it's too dangerous.
Okay, we get it, Pudgy. We understand your concerns and share them. We
Yep.
do.
I'm with Pudgy. I don't fly.
Yeah, but it's a lot. Flying is a lot easier than driving a van 3 hours to get to a place.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could stop at the donut place along the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's the ulterior motive. Let's see.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go to the drive-through in a Cessna.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they have Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
A box.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh boy, can you imagine one of those big fuel tanker bombers, and it puts down the little straw, and then instead of the fuel going into the plane, it's just the Krispy Kreme icing.
Ooh, that would be
Oh,
Oh,
Pure sugar.
love it.
oh,
And all these confused enemies on the ground rubbing their eyes, going, cinnamon, cinnamon.
Sandra says, remember that a plane keeps flying even without power. The engine produces its own spark for the engine. Yep, that is true.
And also Sandra is a hot pilot mom, she'll melt the ice.
Yeah. Yep.
very nicely said, Pudgy. Very nice.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, she got a giggle about that too. So that is our nutty news segment. So we're here. We're safe and sound. We had dinner, had lunch with the family today. Got to get some granddaughter time.
Awesome.
Yes, the little one took me. The little one wanted to go on walks through Denny's, and she had me by the finger, taking me on walks through Denny's.
Cool.
And
That's a change, isn't it?
yeah,
That's good.
and the coolest thing is when she first saw me, she smiled at me. Usually, I got the grimace prior to a cry. That's usually what I get. So I got a smile and a wave.
How old is she now?
She's 17 months.
Okay.
And did she lead you over to the claw machine?
That was our 6-year-old. She wanted a claw machine. Yeah, and it didn't work.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, it worked, but we just couldn't win anything. But that's because it's fixed.
Yeah.
Every single toy's tied down.
Bro and I were trying to work a claw machine once, and
Yeah.
we had gone 3 times, and there was a kid just kind of hanging out watching who looked like he was somewhere between 12 and 14, and he just stepped up and he said, I can get it for you. We're like, all right, we'll put the money in, you get it. And he nailed it on the second time.
Wow.
Boom.
There was a thing recently about a kid that had crawled up inside and got up inside it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And she couldn't get back out. She couldn't get out of it. They had to have people come in and pull the machine apart, but she was able to crawl into the machine.
Yes, but when you see the photos,
not
the kids always look really happy. That's
Yeah,
the
they don't.
funniest part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kid she was smiling. It wasn't like she was all freaking out. The parents were the ones freaking out on the outside.
I wonder how she got
Well,
it.
see, that's where those fortune teller machines at the boardwalk are born. A kid crawls up in there and then has all their friends, and they grow up and they turn into Zelda.
Right?
Or
Yeah.
Fortune Red. That's my favorite one at Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
He's a pirate.
A pirate.
Now, this is a true story from Edelmom. So, Edelmom and my late father, they went to an all-you-can-eat buffet type restaurant, that's local, and there's 4 claw machines that are in the dining room. They never used to be in the dining room, but they put them in there because they wanted to maximize toy sales.
Mhm.
Because the entire time, little kids are like, "What? Toy!" no, you gotta eat your toy. So anyway, there was a mob of children around this one machine, and this little boy, one after another, he cleaned out the entire machine every single time, first try.
That's
And
really
then-
great. How old
and
was
then-
he?
He was about 7.
Wow.
Now, there was a very important detail regarding this story. So, mom and dad finished their dinner, got up, they paid, and they're leaving, and the little kid is still standing at the the second claw machine, emptying out that one. And the little kid looks over, and he had 3-inch thick glasses that were actual glass. And and what it was is that the one little kid said, "Oh, they said what his name is. We're gonna, for the purpose of this story, it's Timmy. It's not his name, but Timmy, can you get me one?" And Timmy dropped his glasses. So he used the machine without the glasses, immediately failed. So little Timmy looks over to my mom. Eyes are completely crossed. One and one wasn't. Was clearly there was something wrong. So he had vision problems. He put the glasses on, which corrected the vision. But basically, the claw machine, all the mirrors in the glass are reversed. So if you move the claw to the left, the actual toy is to the right. So the kid had bad eyesight. The glasses corrected it, and it counteracted the convex mirrors in the claw machine. So that's why he was able to nail it every single time.
Wow.
Wow.
That restaurant was so mad because they make, I saw fathers, they were plunking in $100 to try to get this stupid bunny rabbit out of the toy. It turns into a I am going to get this bunny rabbit to spite this place, even if it kills me.
Those things can be big money makers. You get people that are determined.
Yeah.
Well, that and the most evil carnival game in the world is that one that pushes the quarters, and you think,
yes,
a quarter there, I'm push it. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just like me that are very hard-headed.
Yeah.
And will not give up.
There's a story in the family that my dad wanted to get something for me when I was really, really young at a carnival. It was a shooting game, and he particularly prided himself on his shooting, and he spent a lot of money getting me. I think it's a toy dog that we still have. I don't think that was the consolation prize, but a lot of money. Back in the day, too, when it counted for more.
Yeah. Well, probably, I think those shooting games, they probably kind of tweak the barrel.
Yeah, the sight is usually crooked, but I think he really believed he could compensate for that. Yeah.
Well, my grandfather, who was in the Army, went to Kennywood, which is a amusement park in Pittsburgh, and was playing the shooting game, and he was missing constantly, and so he's yelling in whatever language he spoke. What it wasn't English and it wasn't Italian, but it was something. It had Italian overtures to it. So he tapes the gun, wails it on the counter. Something breaks, and then he recites it and says, that's what the problem is. So he recited all 20 rifles.
God.
and every single kid was like, yay, and like ding 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 ding, and everything's working right.
That Carney must have been pissed.
And then the game went down for maintenance.
Oops.
Yep.
Oops.
Isn't that amazing?
Quite a guy. Awesome.
Although I got to tell you, my personal favorite, we went to the carnival one time. And if you've ever seen those games where they take the basketball and try to shoot it in the hoop, well,
Oh yeah, those are rigged.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the hoops, they don't look like it till you get up real close, but the hoops are always like way smaller than the balls.
Mhm.
So that when
Yeah.
you throw it never goes in. It always bounces out. So, I mean, my brother, spent all this money trying to win this freaking prize for his girlfriend, and he just couldn't sink the basketball.
Yeah, they get you on the hubris, the pride. The pride
Yeah.
comes into play, and that's when the money just starts to flow.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coming into the chat, we have Basil, the pumping seagull. Hello, Basil.
Hey, Basil.
We have
Hell,
lemon,
That's
Hi,
all.
Hi,
Basil.
Basil.
lemon Pie has joined us. We got
Hi, Lemon Pie.
Matt G and
Hey,
Sean
Matt.
Carter, who is driving.
Wow.
So make sure you're safe. Just listen to us.
No
and,
typing.
Yeah, no typing, no texting. Be safe.
Yes.
Trauma nurse. No typing.
Make sure you got plenty of runway.
Yeah.
And come do a complete stop at stop signs. Don't do a Pittsburgh stop.
Oh, so there is such a thing as Pittsburgh stop. I've only heard it was a Jersey stop. A Jersey
Right?
stop.
It's a Jersey stop, a Pittsburgh stop.
I've heard it called an RCS, a rolling California stop.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
There you
too.
go.
Oh, all right.
I think they even call it a lakeshore stop too. Because I grew up in Chicago, and I saw a bunch of people do shit like that.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the Scranton stop where you don't really have a choice. The potholes are that big. If you roll into it, you're not going anywhere.
That's true. You've got the headlights, or the hubcaps roll across the floor. The tires roll across the floor. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. We have one of our another amazing wrench here. You know him, you love him, smarter than the average. You know what?
Ah! The Fast and the Furious himself.
Snorter Poopas! Cooper.
That time.
Fucking start.
Hey, Snort. How you doing? Legatus Legionise says, Hail Snorter Poopas Q Bird, the dada of son of Snort. Yes.
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 I start.
Let's see. Let's see here. Snort says smarter than the average thumbtack. Basil says I also wrench on my cars. LOL. Yeah. Snort says hello, Mr. Rendell. And Sean Carter, he pulled over, so he's safe. He says, "Hail, Casey. Sorry to hear your loss. You were probably off DC stream, but I wrote a little poem for you, Heather L. and Mary Ashme." Yeah, I remember hearing it. I
missed that.
Certainly. Certainly, I would be honored to put it on there, Sean. Give me a moment. Okay, this is the poem from Sean. With your indulgence, Raymond, if you'd be so kind, can you read this? Of course. Heather and Casey and Mary and others who haven't been named, we want you to know that we love you so and wish that you weren't in pain.
That's sweet.
Oh, it's not done yet. If there were some way that we could today make you feel better, you know that we would. But all we can do is say we love you and give you a hug if we could. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much, Sean Carter. and I'm sure,
Sean, that was wonderful. Thank you.
and I'm
Very
sure
cool.
Heather L. and Mary, and of course we can now say Wendy since her uncle has passed. You could mention Wendy on that. So thank you very much, Sean, and
Very sweet.
much appreciated.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Sean says heart. See,
I'm
Cool
so glad I
people.
got to see my uncle back in Thanksgiving before we lost him. It was
yeah,
I'm very sorry to hear that.
yeah.
we were expecting it, and he was ready. He'd been ready for several months already. So
Mhm.
this is a celebration of what we had, and glad that he's not in pain anymore.
Yeah.
So
I'm grateful for that.
Watching my dad along the same lines, watching my dad way back when go through things. His first dialysis, he absolutely could not handle it, and it was just horrible to see him deteriorate the way he did. And then, as I was telling everybody in the back room, I went. I was on a TDY back home to take a class, and I decided to go see him in the rehab home. And what shook me is he took one look at me and absolutely broke down in tears. And at that point, I knew that was the last I'm going to see him, and it was.
yeah.
So,
Tough times. But we got good people.
yes, we do. We've got good people. We've got people who have everybody's back. We're not a big channel, but we do take care of our own, and we do provide support for those that need it. And that's what
Pod with a heart.
pod with a heart.
You know, I'm so glad I chose my pod well.
Yep. And good. There's good people here on the panel. So yes, thank you very much, Sean. And
Everybody on the pod here is amazing. All of you are my friends, and I love you guys.
love you too, Wendy.
Yep.
Same here.
And love you, Tiger Spikes. And of course, Pudgy. Giving Pudgy the hug.
Yep.
Pudgy, thank you. Thank you for pulling in your clothes. That hug would have hurt.
Oh yeah, Pudgy's in huggy mode now. Hug.
Oh, we got Max Redstone here. Hello,
Hey,
Max.
Hey, Max. Max
how you doing?
Redstone.
Yes, Max Redstone. Let's see. He's got something to say. He says, let's see. First, Tiger Stripe says, silly old bear. What did the silly old bear say? Cold fuzzy friend, but he says, in a world gone mad, one hungry polar bear will team up with the world's most powerful hedgehog. This summer, Pudgosaurus cube burr. Woo!
Awesome.
Oh,
I like it.
yeah. Too bad Fett is not here. Sandra, if you wouldn't mind, take a timestamp of that, and so we could send that to Fett to see what madness he is. He could come up with that. Unfortunately, he is working today, so we're not going to have any of the memes that are out there.
I do worry about him working so hard while we're just sitting here yakking.
Yeah,
Like he
I'm
feels
sure
obligated to turn them out within minutes. I'm like, oh, that's got to be hard.
yeah. I'm sure he's listening, and I'm sure that coming up with these diabolical memes are occupying him out of his regular job.
Yay, Sean!
But
Then check his video from last night. That was really cool.
Oh, that was hilarious.
awesome.
That was hilarious.
Yep.
I like this one. I like this one that Vet did. This one is just absolutely awesome. I gave and let's see.
I guess I'll have to check it out. I didn't know he put one up. I've been a little
Yeah,
preoccupied. So
Yeah, I'm sure Sandra can come up with the link.
He posted on his Twitter.
Yeah, it's on his Twitter.
Oh, okay. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Angel.
Yeah,
Snoopy.
yeah, right. Snoopy and Angel. Yeah.
Who stole the quiche? Who stole the quiche? Who stole the quiche from the butcher shop?
I could see him doing that. He has
Yep.
stolen some other things.
And you know, Snapshot's off to one side with his little horns up and a napkin wiping the grease off his face.
Yes. Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah. Oh, you see him with the little construction hat.
Yep.
Yes, Phantom. Bacon was stolen, and there's the culprit, or the possible culprit.
Hey, Phantom.
Hey, Phantom.
Hi, David.
Max. Let's see. Can Pudgy go? Basil says, "Can Pudgy go against Sonic the Hedgehog?" I don't know. And Max said,
Good question, but why would Pudgy want to go against Sonic?
"I don't know." Max said, "So my father had a 6-month epic battle that began with a heart attack, every conceivable complication, made it within 1.5 yard of recovery before succumbing." Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Yeah,
hard.
man.
That is bad.
That's
How long
awful.
ago was this?
Dang it.
Max?
Uh,
Yeah. But here he goes with his entry to the kiddie table.
Oh, dear.
Sonic the Hedgehog was supposed to be called Lord of the Rings. Oh,
Yeah, get him
Oh.
over there.
Oh.
Get him in there.
yeah,
Yes, there.
that's I don't know if we have I do not know if we have him in there yet. Max Redstone. No.
You can sit him at my table with the
Yeah.
margaritas.
Okay, we can do that. Here. Or we could put it.
and
Oh, we
Mr.
can-
Raven,
Yes.
what do you get when you put a car in the oven?
I do not know. What do you get when you put a car in the oven?
A hot rod.
Oh.
Gosh.
Oh.
All you had to do was somebody said eclairs, and that's, Pudgy's got to go and find his eclairs now.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks, John. Thanks, John.
I know I'm blind, but I should have seen that one coming a mile away.
There you go. Max, you can go on. Join
Come
her.
hang with me, buddy.
Yeah,
Wow.
until we can.
You like my table?
Wendy got all the margarita machines.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we can have Tiger Stripes one where the table's on fire.
Oh, I have a little story to tell about that very briefly. Let's see.
Oh,
The
yeah,
night
go
before
ahead.
last, I was trying to start a fire in the fireplace. Bro said, "Don't use my Senior Times," which is like the only little newspapers we have around. Usually I do use paper to start a fire. I worked on that fire for 45 minutes and could not get it to go.
Oh,
And at some point, bro says, "Well, I'm appalled." I said, "Thank you." He said, "No, really, I'm aghast." I said, "Thank you." He said, "What would you do if you really had to start a fire to survive?" I said, "Thank you." And I said, "Scooch over." I went and sat down on the sofa with him, and then all of a sudden the power came back on. So
There you go.
All right.
yes, I was really embarrassed.
Oh,
Yes, I
no.
let myself down.
Okay.
Hey, Raymond,
Yes.
there's a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. However, only a fraction of people will get this joke.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh.
Does Cobalt have his own picture to put at the table?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Let's. But first,
You can't see me, but I'm pointing at the table, at the kitty table.
yeah. But first, let's. Just just for that story, Tiger Stripes. We'll put Tiger Stripes' kitty table version. Let's see. There you go, Tiger Stripes.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's so beautiful.
Awesome.
Fire.
Although I do
What
love
is that,
today's
Lake
avatar,
Alaska?
Tiger Stripes.
Hmm?
So I do love your avatar today. We need to get that on there too.
Well, I don't know. You change my head to that, it's going to start to look really odd. I like the way this one goes together. It's almost
It's true,
got
though.
me because I'm
Yeah.
one of those people who's a size bigger from the waist down than the waist up. So there you go.
Oh.
Very close to reality.
Yeah. There's the Theft for Hire video.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, Snora Pooper says he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been saying things. So make him good for Fred's sake.
Oh gosh.
Nice, Fred. Nice. Snort.
Awesome. I love
was awesome,
it. I
Snort.
love it.
That was awesome, Snort.
Yep.
Very
Very
good. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows you when you're awake. NSA NSA Employer of the Year.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a little creepy, I will admit.
Yes.
True. It's funny because it's true.
Yes, it is.
It's true, yeah.
It's true. It's true. Max says October 2013. In the end, we as a family were together through the whole thing. Okay.
I'm really happy you have your family with you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh boy. Yes, we agree. Pudgy only does bad jokes to get access to the eclairs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Max, we will get you your own picture for the kitty table.
Yes.
Espresso machine.
Speaking of espresso, I went to Target
Yeah.
Oh.
and I got a 36-ounce can of Cafe Bustelo. I'm like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Cafe Bustelo is what they use for Cuban coffee.
Oof. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, the good news is that
You're still here.
I'm still here, and my
You
heart
might have been
hasn't
unusually
exploded.
productive, like write
The
5 chapters in a
tachycardia
day.
is slowing. The tachycardia is slowing down.
Yeah.
It could be worse. You could be seeing other worlds.
Yeah.
I can
Doing
drink
the rumble while you're at it.
I can drink a whole pot of Folgers, and they'd be like, "Oh, sweet, coffee." I can only drink it 1 cup of the Cuban.
Well, yeah.
End up like Pudgy with Nutella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't fractionally bad. It was wholly terrible. It's where's antiderivative Joe when we have the math jokes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Max Redstone says instructions for making a fire.
Yes, I'm telling you, I got no paper. I had no paper. As a matter of fact, when he said, "What would you do if this was a life or death situation?" I said, "Well, one thing, I'd be using the senior news. I'll tell you that."
I'd have gone there too.
Make log pile crumble. 10 pieces of newspaper. Paper. I don't use newspaper. I cheat. I have these starter sticks.
Mhm.
Those are so beautiful because sometimes they light up in colors.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Raymond,
Yes, Pudgy.
what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
Oh
I think we heard this one, but what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
One is really heavy, and the other is a little lighter.
Oh God.
Oh,
Now I know.
But a goodie.
Now I know. I've heard that one before, and it doesn't
Yep.
improve the second time around. Hello, the woke breaker.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Hello.
You're a newbie, and please like and subscribe. I am two away from 250. So
Welcome, woke breaker.
yes, please
Yes,
let's get me to 250.
Yes.
I could take those. I can use 250. That's halfway to 5. Yes, I can.
Yep.
I can do math too. Let's see.
Yep, that's right. Mr. Raymond entered 10 puns into a contest to see which would win. No puns intended.
Uh,
Ah.
oh dear, the pain.
Ugh.
You know, Snort Pupus isn't a reliable informant. Snort, what happened to the busload of tourists? What happened to the eclairs? Where did the seals go? Snort, I don't know. And he says, Libra. Oh.
That's the fire that never stops burning.
You can't
It's
even.
like when them electric cars catch fire. They burn and you put them out, and then they burn and you put them out, and then they burn and you put them out. Just keep going.
Oh God.
Panel broken.
Yep.
Panel broken.
Hell, that reminds me of the time that Dad almost burned the house down.
Yeah.
So standard fireplace in the house. Mom said, Dad, it's Thanksgiving, make a fire. Family's coming over. So Dad made a fire. So standard fire box, it's maybe like 3.5 feet wide, maybe like two and a half feet deep, about 3 feet tall. So he filled it with wood completely.
Oh.
And then
God.
it was so packed full of wood, he needed a way to light it. So he took a piece of cardboard from a box, folded it over multiple times, shoved it right into the middle. So there's a stick of packing cardboard sticking 1 foot out from the fireplace. He lights it with a Zippo lighter. The cardboard catches. Cardboard burns extremely hot. Catches fire, and supposedly, from the way my mother tells this story, the flames were shooting out 1 foot from the fireplace into the room, and 3 feet from the chimney flue from the top of the house. Because, as anyone with a fireplace or a wood stove knows, it is extremely important to clean the chimney or chimney pipe because of the creosote buildup.
Yep.
yeah.
So he caught fire to the creosote, in addition to catching fire to the actual fireplace. So thankfully, with 2 extinguishers and a stop by a local fireman, about the age of John at the time, who walked in, said something in Slovak to my father,
Yeah.
and then left. And thankfully, the fire burned down to a safely manageable condition where we could shut the glass doors.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can top that. I can top that. Mummy shoved the Christmas tree up the chimney, and then lit it on fire. We all ran outside, and the flames were licking out the top of the chimney. It was uncanny.
Oh.
Sounded like a plane coming in. Big plane.
Yeah, you get that boom.
All right.
Well, there was the time that we changed the batteries in a fire truck up at Lake Cary. Now, this was a 72 Ward LaFrance that was originally 24 volts. And we hadn't changed the batteries in years. So it was time. My brother-in-law takes the cables off from the battery compartment and off the batteries. And we go out and get the new batteries, bring them in, and set them in the box. My brother-in-law hooks up the wires, and I'm up in the cab. And he says, okay, try the lights first. I turn on the switch, and the lights are going round and round and round and round and round like crazy. Never seen them go so fast. I get out of the truck, and I'm looking at all this. And the next words I hear, for God's sake, get a fire extinguisher. And I'm looking around, and there's smoke. He's opening the big door on the truck bay. And I go to the back of the truck, grab the fire extinguisher, bring it up to the battery box. He's spraying it all over the damn thing, trying to disconnect the cables. And there's this cloud of smoke and dry chem from the extinguishers coming out of the firehouse. And what happened was our chief engineer didn't tell anybody. He switched the truck to 12 volts.
Oh,
So we hooked it up in series rather than parallel. And you got 24 volts going through a 12-volt system, and it just blew the whole thing to shit. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But, and as this is happening, that cloud's coming out, and people are driving by the fire station giving the strangest looks.
I remember my dad one time was trying to start a fire at the barbecue pit before he moved to gas. And this is why he moved to gas. He couldn't get it started, and we were all standing around out there, and he starts spraying lighter fluid. And then it lights up all over his face. He jumped back, and my mom said, oh my God, why did you do this? I was teaching the kids what not to do. And then she looked at him and said, but you don't have any eyebrows. But you don't have any eyebrows anymore. And he said, well, plucking it the ladies' way.
Yeah.
Okay. Snort, you're going to the kitty table for this. Liberally douse log pile with napalm. Light match, watch the world explode. I don't think matches can light napalm.
Snort,
You are an evil bear. An evil.
Snort, you are a bear after my own heart,
You need
buddy.
a really hard spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is with his little helmet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And the cutest tricycle.
Oh, yeah, the tricycle. The creation of heat-generating combustion must entail no less than 35 steps arranged in Rupee Goldberg configuration.
Yep.
Let's see. Usually we talk about food at this point in the game, but we're talking about pyromania.
Fire.
Yeah, we're talking about pyromania here.
There's always some funny stories about that.
Was that you, Tiger Stripes, going fire, fire, fire?
Yes,
Fire.
it was.
When I was in grade school, we hung out in the woods. There were some unpleasant bees. So we we duct taped about 50 aerosol cans from recycling plus 5 M80s, set them in a trash can lid of gasoline.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh,
I see where this is
God.
going.
Oh,
This is
no.
terrifying.
One of my friends, Wendy, I think they were probably ready for your services. One of my friends threw a road flare. When the dust settled, we had a 50-foot wide, 5-inch deep hole and took out 4 trees.
And the bees probably survived.
Yeah, the bees survived. Oh,
Yep.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. And I have a friend who is a mother of 3, and she once said to me, no, it's still a game. And the name of the game is Find the Eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had to one time find a finger with one of my cousins.
Oh, no.
Okay, Wendy. how many of your services has been a result of people playing with fire?
And it was probably the middle
We've had-
finger, so that means you can't speak right anymore.
I know I couldn't speak. I couldn't drive without my middle finger.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we've
don't
seen
do
a
that
lot of
anymore.
fires.
I keep it below the dash.
Yeah,
Aw.
with road rage. Let's see. Yeah, flares are not a joke. They will work underwater. That tells you the
Oh
truth.
yeah, they do.
And
Yep,
Phantom
I've
Outsider
seen
says,
that happen.
for the bees, there were no survivors. For now,
Okay.
Phantom. For now, I'm sure they got word out to their other bee friends and decided to come back after.
Yeah, they're lying in wait in someone's backyard for you to roll over with a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
why is
there's
it
the-
always yellow jackets?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. God,
Yellow
we had yellow
jackets.
jackets out here earlier this year.
Mm.
Yeah.
Over here, we've got some big old bees. I call them B-52s.
Oh, the
Oh.
carpenter bees.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh my God, they're horrible. I
Yeah.
keep expecting to go by the pond, grab a fish, and go flying off into the sunset.
Yeah.
That's a big bee.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Or
we
even
don't have
worse.
those. We've got the hornets and wasps inside the vinyl siding.
Mm.
Every time spring comes around, I got to go around with the can of Raid and spray in between the building and the siding.
Mm. Yeah. Or even worse, a flight of them fly off with Snoopy.
Oh,
No.
Well, thankfully, out west, they seem to be staying ahead of the murder hornets.
mhm.
Every time they find a tree, they wrap it in plastic and stick a vacuum cleaner to it and suck them out.
Yeah.
You take care, Max. He says, okay, Pod, I need to catch up on deferred errands. See you all sooner than later, Dolphin. Yes, take care, my friend.
Take care, Max.
Bye, Max.
Take care, Max. Bye.
Well, Sandra says what you have are bumblebees, and I love bumblebees. They're so lovely. I mean, they're kind of solitary, aren't they? I don't really think of them as being the kind of bee that hangs out together in a big group.
Yeah.
Also,
She says-
did you know that bumblebees cannot fly?
Yeah.
It's scientifically impossible for bumblebees to fly, and yet
Oh.
they manage to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, dumb as dirt, but harmless.
She was referring to the bees, right?
I hope so.
But every time Pudgy needs to get honey, Pudgy goes over to the buzzy bees, and Pudgy asks, really, really nice. And they always sit on Pudgy, so Pudgy will. Pudgy think Pudgy might be able to fly if they all decide to flap their wings at the same time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Let's see.
Of course, it might look like a balloon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We've had all those balloon jokes. Phantom Outsider says, but bumblebees don't believe in science, LOL. I like science.
That's how that goes.
Bumblebees they're so full of sugar. That's why they can fly. They float.
Yeah.
That and they beat the wind into submission.
Oh, that's helicopters.
Yeah.
And we'll go over that. But here, this is the actual sighting from the pilot who shot down who supposedly sighted the balloon.
Ah.
Oh no.
Thanks, Mark D. Thank you, Mark D with a C.
It's cute.
Awesome.
I love it.
Mark D with a C came up with that one.
Boy, can you imagine how confused the Air Force would be if someone actually, I'm not talking like a full-size Enterprise, but like, something smaller, like even if it was 1 or 2 passengers, there's these F-15 pilots just flying by, and then there goes the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, you could probably do something like that with drones.
Yep.
Because
Those F-15 pilots would be rubbernecking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I read my hello, Mark D with the C.
Hey, Mark.
He said
Hey,
it's
Mark.
kind of tough to get that photo.
Hello.
LOL. Hi everyone. Hello, Mark D with a C. My thought though is I got to look at my my technical specs. Yes, I'm a nerd. I have them, but I think the Enterprise is about half, close to. Mark D would know. It's probably close to the size of an aircraft carrier,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's got to really disturb the air as it was flying through the atmosphere.
You would think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what is surprising?
What?
All the billions that we spent for, the various armed services. No one has tried to make a Macros fighter yet. Can you imagine? 1 year the Army said, or the Air Force says, you know what? Screw it. We're going to make a Macros fighter. And they get so far as after the 1 to 5 years, however long, and they get it to halfway convert, so it turns into where it's half plane and half robot, and then they fly it to Japan and then convert it and land it on the airfield, and like, ha ha, we beat you. They would work on the SDF so quickly.
Wait a minute. I just had Carla. I clicked on Carla, and she disappeared.
Oh no,
Carla! Oh, Carla!
come back!
You sent her to the Phantom Zone.
I probably did. I sent her to the mirror. Okay, let's see. All right. Enterprise 101 or 1701 is about 947 feet, about the size of a World War II carrier. Could you imagine the? I still think that would really disturb the air around the atmosphere. That airplane would have been buffeting and trying to. That pilot would have his hands full. Now, of course, that's a 104, which you normally have your hands full with an F-104 because that was not a stable airplane.
I can't remember which Star Trek, if it was a Next Generation episode or if it was in a movie, but the Enterprise D or F or whatever it was, they crash landed into the planet.
Yeah, that was the movie. Generations.
Generations. So, but once they got into the atmosphere, they couldn't maintain lift. So those vessels are primarily for zero-G space environments.
Uh-huh.
So in that scenario, if the Enterprise, A was flying around in the air, it's not that it was flying straight; it was going down.
Yeah.
They would have to angle the engines in such a way so that they'd be able to get, forward momentum again. But in that scenario, you turn on even the impulse drive, and it's going to cause a crater.
Yeah.
Well, remember the Jupiter 2 always did it.
Yeah.
And that was my first thought when I saw the sauces section come down like that. I said, why are they imitating Lost in Space? I mean, because the Jupiter 2 always did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the only way that Jupiter 2 could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing looked like a giant pipe plate with lights on the bottom. There's no way you could have got it down any other way than what they did.
Oh, snort. This is a kiddie show. No, this isn't a kiddie show. This is PG. We don't need that. Oh, man, snort. they don't call the F-104 the flying. You could see the word there. I'm not.
Yeah.
For nothing. It had no visible means of support. Oh.
Oh, no.
You are a pirate.
I can't even say that.
Oh. Well, that's a new low even for you.
That was, oh man. Remember, we got ladies on here.
Where?
This is, okay.
I've never been knighted. Never
You
turned it down.
should know, damn it.
All right, they didn't call the F-104 the flying prostitute for nothing. It had no visible means of support. That is true. They actually had to put on the leading edges of the wings little bands to keep people from getting head injuries because those things were so sharp. Those leading edges.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Hey, Carla.
Hello.
Aha.
Oh, wow, we get to see.
Carla,
I love Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Hey.
Hey, Carla.
Hi. Nice to see everyone.
How
Hi,
are you?
Casey.
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm doing better now than I was. Thank you.
That's good. That's always a bonus.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. This week, of course, this week I've taken a whole lot, so I guess I can take a little more.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. So how you been, Carla?
I am better. I'm well over COVID. It was only a mild cold.
That's good.
That's good.
It was awesome. I was isolated for. You're meant to isolate for 7 days, and I had 4 days by myself, and then I had a 12-year-old join me who talks a lot.
Oh dear.
Oh,
That's got to be fun.
He's a happy spirit, so you don't mind when they're a really happy little kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's probably worse if it was like a 15-year-old miserable.
Yeah.
Legata
Yeah,
says,
all good.
did Carla move to a new room, or does she have a
No.
new backdrop?
Oh yes, I have. Because there are saxophones going and drums and piano, and I'm like, where can I go? So I have hidden in another room.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, Phantom Outsider gives
Well,
us
you've got a jazz band going in the house?
Well, it's just the one kid. The one kid does piano. He never pulls out the saxophone, and he pulls out the saxophone. I'm like, whatever.
Well,
So
somebody
he
had
bought-
to give him that saxophone to start with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when they're 16 and cute, you give them anything they want, and then they're 20 and do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, does this mean that Carla's jazz hands?
Yeah. No, it's all right. It's better that a musical instrument is great for a teenager to relieve all their stress and their tension and how they hate their mother and all that.
There are much worse ways for a teenager to relieve stress.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, they're known as drum kits.
Yes.
Hey.
Been there,
Yeah,
done
we
that,
have
bought a t-shirt.
Yeah. In fact,
I like that room. Is that a library, Carla? Is that your library? That's beautiful.
No, this is just. We have way too many books in our house. This is just one.
There's no such thing as too many books.
there is no such thing.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, we just read them over time. When you've got a lot of kids, you gather a lot of books, and they all seem like little adventures you went on together. And who can get rid of those? So,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
so
And
yeah,
then
anyway,
there-
this
and then
is the
there's
boys'
adults.
room.
There's adults who have who max out all their useful load in their house with books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Like my
that may
dad.
be us. It may
When
be
we
us.
first moved
But-
into this place, it's a concrete foundation with a double white house above. And we had the 2x4s in on the walls for insulation. Dad had so many of these paperback novels that it filled up the whole wall from one end to the other. And it's everything from science fiction, fantasy, all kinds of stuff. Detective stories. I think we had a few valuable Jimmy Spillane novels in there. And it was just loaded with this stuff. And then when my grandfather died, in his attic, we found pretty much the same thing. And him and my dad had traded books over the years. But I mean, we were just loaded with all this stuff. Well, when he died, all of that went to the book swap shop in Scranton. And we still have all the railroad books, travel books, bird books, Indian books, all kinds of stuff. You know, I mean, it's just, and of course, me, I've got all my Masonic books, so it's just one after the other after the other.
Well, right now you could see, okay, and yes, I have drumsticks. So I have it. Right? Okay, two.
It's just a step to the left.
Yeah. Right there, behind this wall here is a bookcase.
Hi,
There-
Snoopy.
Yes, hello, Snoopy. Snoopy. He's got his ear. He's happy.
Yep.
He looked like he was sitting down with a purpose.
In a pig's ear.
Danger sighting.
So over here, behind. Come on, camera. Okay, behind this wall is a full bookcase. There's Sandra waving. Okay.
Hello.
There's the bar. There's the Snoopy. Over here, right there, is another bookcase. Right behind me, right there, is our most recent acquisition of a bookcase.
Uh-huh.
And as you can see, it's already full. Fortunately, it's wide enough that I could put books behind the books.
Oh,
wow.
Deep enough. It's deep.
That way lies
Yes.
madness. I speak from experience.
Exactly. And over here are two boxes of books. And in another room is yet another bookcase. Yes, so yes, we have a whole, yes. Our useful load is maxed.
Yeah, when my father passed away, we had to clear out the one room, but there were multiple rooms. But 1,000 science and fiction, fantasy novels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And he had to take it down 3 flights of steps.
Wow.
So, needless to say, both my mother and myself were very glad once all the books were out of that office and down in the garage. And then we started to try to sell the books. And this is the point when you try to sell the books, you realize that nobody wants books anymore.
Yep.
That's
why
we had them. We had them priced at 25 cents per.
Yeah.
No one wanted them.
That's heartbreaking because some of those, I have no doubt, are really valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and in our mudroom, I have about 6 boxes of comic books.
Yeah.
Oh, boxes.
Hefty.
Bagged and boarded?
A good
sounds like a
amount.
no.
A good amount, yes, but once I've read them, I don't bother with the bagging and the boarding. Because once you've read them, it's kind of ruined.
Yeah, if you're lucky, they're gonna be worth a quarter.
Yeah.
How do you store them? Like, if you wanted to, because in books, obviously you have the spine. How do you like have comics in a way that you could know what you want to grab?
You have, well, if you can afford, you have like their little cardboard, backings with a plastic sleeve that you put in.
Yeah, and then you put them in a plastic container with inserts, and most people go alphabetical in my experience.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, how do you know where Captain America is and stuff like that?
Oh, I have that in C. I got that in C.
I'm sure that somebody who's really knowledgeable might, order them chronologically or something insane like that. But most places go alphabetically.
Yeah, I tried to do the alphabetically and the numerically. I got bored with that. Legata says only 6 boxes of comics. They're rookie numbers. Hey, Legatus, true story. I was collecting comics since I was probably 10, and my dad and I had them in. We had a chest with drawers, and I would keep them in there. My parents didn't want to encourage me by getting me big boxes and stuff like this, so I just dumped them in a thing. So as I was starting in high school, I started going away from comic books. And my dad took that advantage to take every one of my comic books and pitch them in the garbage.
That sounds about right.
Oh no!
Yes, I had the giant-sized X-Men. I had some that were definitely would be valuable now. And
But that's the thing. At that time, they were just stupid comic books. No one ever thought about them. Even in the 80s, no one thought about, oh, this is going to be worth, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, mom came in. I had G.I. Joe special missions 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of leaving them in the bathroom. Well, mom came through, and what did she do? Mom does what always mom does: cleans and throws out. Doesn't throw out. No, she throws out 1, 3, and 5.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's a sadist. Cobalt, that is a sadist.
And left 2, 4, and 6.
Oh.
So I'm like, where'd they go? Oh, I threw them out. I was cleaning. I'm like, well, I'm like, why didn't you just take them out of the bathroom? Oh, they look that typical mom speak.
Yeah.
Now, G.I. Joe 1 through 10. Last time I checked, the price on it is now worth close to $1,000. But here's the other problem. Yes, it's worth $1,000. To who? They say it's worth $1,000. You go to the comic book shop and say, I want $1,000 for this. The comic book shop will say, get out of my store.
Yeah.
They're going to say, oh, well, if you pay me $5, I'll take them off your hands.
Yeah.
Hello, Pleasant Valley Picker. How are you, sir?
Doing okay.
Hello.
I was just had lunch a while ago, so I was just kind of half asleep listening to the stream here, because usually when I eat, I usually do want to doze kind of a bit. But it's kind of listening, to you guys in the background, and I just got intrigued when you started talking about books and comics and values, because I've dabbled on eBay probably for about 16 years now, on and off. Sort of as an income supplement to my regular job, and some books can still have some value, I think, actually, because I remember I used to collect sci-fi paperbacks as a teenager years ago, and I think I sold them all off about 10 years back, just because I wanted to clear some space out, and I hadn't looked at the things in years anyway. So and I think they were all books I'd only paid like maybe 10 or 15 cents for back in the bookstores back then. So I didn't have a huge investment, and I think I made a little bit of cash when I sold them as a bundle, right? I put like 50 or 60 in a bundle and just sold them off that way. But
that's not bad.
Yeah, bundling is the way to go on eBay,
Yeah.
unless you've got something that's very specific book that's worth a certain amount.
If you really
By a
want to
particular
find
author.
out the real value of any item, as far as collectibles, go, I would go onto eBay search, type in the items that have actually sold, because people will put crazy estimates on there that for stuff that'll never sell at those prices, right? If you go onto the sold items though, to see what the actual titles have actually sold for, you can get a pretty decent idea of the general value of what things are actually going for. So that's what I do if I want to research a particular item. I'll just go and do that. And some books have pretty good value. I remember there was one on the 2001 Space Odyssey movie, the Kubrick one, and was there an echo? I thought just a second. Yeah, I've turned YouTube off. I don't know where that echo's coming from. But anyway, yeah, I sold that. There was one paperback, and I think I sold it for like $60.
Wendy,
it's
I
one
know
that has value.
Wendy, I know you got to get going, so you take it
gotta
easy.
Gotta go hang out with the families. We can plan our trip to the funeral next weekend. So.
All right.
Gosh, sorry to hear about that. Gosh, seems there's been a lot of loss the last few days. I've been on YouTube here on the live streams, and seems like a lot of people have not been well, or they've lost.
Take good care,
members.
Wendy.
Yes, you take care, Wendy. Have a safe
Bye bye, Wendy.
You guys have a good time.
Bye, Wendy.
Yes,
We'll be back on the 18th.
Love to your family.
Yep, see you on the 18th.
Ladies' night, the 18th.
Yep.
Ladies, Tiger
We'll be
Stripes,
there.
Carla.
18th.
18th.
Okay.
I'm making a mental note if I can find anything to write on and with.
Okay. Everyone take care.
Yeah, you
Yep,
too,
take
Wendy.
care.
Bye.
All right. Legato says, let's see. Phantom says, it's only worth $1,000 if it's in mint, of course.
Yeah, condition
And-
does matter a lot.
Yeah. He says, I have an app. They are scrabbled, but the app says what box is in, what it's in. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's got them on racks off the ground. No, this isn't. It's in a nice stored area on my mudroom. Yeah. Let's see. So.
Yeah, he's Raymond's climate control. There's an air conditioning unit above it. The books are fine.
Yeah. As long as and they're well kept away from a certain presence here. Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Snoopy. Hey, buddy. Yes, I see you. What do you want? It's only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it, and selling to a retailer, as they have to make money on it, you'll get only half its worth at best. Yep.
Yeah,
that's
that's the way you go. You look
They're going to pay you a wholesale price, not a full retail price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you going to say, Cobalt?
Yeah, basically that. I would look prices up on eBay, price it at 40% of that price, and then then the store or I was doing garage sales, and the person would say, "Well, I'll give you 25%." Like, deal, take it.
Yeah, I sold a pile of my comic books. I was a big comic book collector in the 60s and 70s, and I guess it was about 7 or 8 years ago I decided to clear them out because I hadn't read them in decades, right? So I thought these are just taking up space. I don't know if I'll ever read them again. So I, started listing them, and I generally, see what they were going for, and I try and kind of hit the sweet spot in the middle, so to speak. I wouldn't price them too high. I wouldn't price them too low. And if they were in really nice condition, and I really did look after them, right, I'd put them in the Mylar plastic bag, and, I'd keep them in a box nice and safe. So a lot of them were really like almost new. So I got some really good money. I had like a lot of 70s, DC horror comics like Bernie Wright's and stuff, that kind of stuff, Swamp Thing, and and those went for some crazy money. So yeah, I mean, there is money to be made if you have the right books, right?
Well, when I was a kid, what I would do is I would go, when I could afford it, I could get 2 comics, because what I like to do, this is the total geek in me. I would read one, and then I would take the other one, and I would cut out the silhouettes, I would cut out the backgrounds.
Oh no!
And I would set them up as playthings. I would play action adventures using the shards of that comic book.
Wow. That's
Wow.
neat. You made dioramas.
What was that, Ty?
You were making dioramas.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. You bought it. You play with it however you want. That's the thing. when comic books first came out, they were entertainment. They were never meant as an alternative investment vehicle.
So
Yeah.
true.
And now they've turned into alternative investment vehicles, and now it's like, oh, I got 200 comic books, hidden away in my garage, and I'm going to be able to retire on them. And meanwhile, they're shredded, and they're and pudgy.
Yeah, condition really matters. Yeah, they've got to be in good condition.
Yeah, I mean, and
But
you
still
open it.
Crypto.
Yeah, you open up a regular paper one, and you've already turned it yellow. I mean, it yellows almost immediately, unless you go with the ones in the late 80s where, the cool materials.
Now, here's the other problem that's starting to, well, it's already been rearing its head, but it's becoming more and more of an issue. The number of people who collect are going way down. Younger people do not collect anything, or if they do, it's all digital. Stuff on their phones, stuff on their computers. So you have a ever shrinking number of people that want the stuff. The stores are overloaded with the stuff, and there's like a toy store that's nearby to where my house is. It now has taken over 3 floors of an old department building in this downtown area. It's a little town. So there's 3 floors of stuff. This guy was buying all of it in the surrounding area, the Tri-County area. All the Nintendo games, all the comic books, all the toys. Just the store is loaded. You can't even walk through it. And he just sits there and he does 1 sale a month.
Well, that's a different issue, though. I think that's somebody who has I hate to use the word hoarding mentality. We have a store here in Austin that's very similar, where the person who owns the store, you cannot walk through the store. And there may be things in there that I would like to buy, but you can't make it through the store. But I do think that when you go to eBay and you do look at the advanced search and you look at sold listings, you can see there's somebody to buy everything if you're willing to do the work.
There are still collectors out
You're
there.
willing to market it and put it out there. I sold an old T-shirt of my brother's. It was like a couple of years ago. It was a homemade shirt for the band War. He'd worn it to a couple of their concerts. It was like covered in their fake blood that they throw. I mean, you could have to look into War if you want. I won't describe them for you. And I put it on eBay thinking, and I described it completely honestly. I said it's old, it's ratty, it's been living in the garage, it's full of holes. It's clean, but I can't promise that if you wear it for a couple of hours, it won't start to take on an odor. And it sold for like $26.
Wow.
So, yes, somebody in Washington State, I think close to Seattle. So there you go.
I went to a comic near my old town, and there was the only comic book place there was. It happened to have the owner who smoked like a chimney. Imagine going into a comic book shop that had that smoke odor.
Oh no!
Only for the fact that I wanted those comic books. And the thing is my asthma was starting to go bananas.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So it was like I had to go in, get the ones that I had reserved, and get out.
But did the comics have a smoke smell in them? Like,
you can kind of air it out.
Yeah, air it out.
Because that can really damage the value if you can't get the smoke smell out. Like,
hold on. What was it? Yeah, Sandra said they stink.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Which is why they're in the mudroom.
Yeah, that'll lower the value, I think, for sure.
Now, the reason why I brought up about the store is that one store, there used to be 12 of those stores surrounding my area, and they were all doing the same thing. They were buying from the garage sales, buying from eBay, selling locally. Well, as the number of collectors have been shrinking, those stores are now starting to go out of business. So the stores are now consolidating. So there's now 2 of those stores instead of 12, and they're completely loaded to the gills with product, and they're selling on eBay. They have viable businesses, but the problem is that as people continue to age, that's going to continue to shrink. I have a joke with the one story guy that just wait, in 10 years it's going to be the wave of Funko Pops. People are going to want to start trying selling those. It's starting. There is a market for Funko Pops, but the problem is that there are so many Funko Pops that it's going to overload the system, and the system's already overloaded as is.
Yeah, no, that's a mistake on the manufacturer's part, oversaturating the market. That was also true for Beanie Babies.
Yeah, that's a market that collapsed.
Exactly.
I got these two. I got these 2 Funko Pops free of charge. I didn't have to pay anything. Two from the Washington Nationals. These are the only 2 Funko Pops I own. Probably the only 2 I will ever own.
Ones? Wow.
Yeah.
And if you sell them for 5 cents each, you're still ahead.
So true. Phantom Outsider says, remember if you had Death of Superman? Yes, I have a couple of those. Superman 75. You could pay for your kids' college. They claimed on the news when it came out. At best, that book is $20.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy estimates that aren't realistic, really.
The first Death of Superman was an event. The second one was, oh wow, that happened. What are they up to? Like 15th by now?
Let's see. Phantom Outsider says, Guar, LOL, the leader that used to be on Red Eye on Fox at 3 a.m. with Greg Gutfield years ago. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Wow. I love Greg Gutfield. I especially loved it on Red Eye on Fox. I'd listen to it on my way to work.
I like him too. He's mean. He's a mean boy.
Yeah. Legata says, some of the Comic Cons I have seen, tables, booths of just Funko Pops. Oh my God.
Yeah, Funkos are the way that comic book shops are able to exist right now.
Wow. There was a store near Newark Airport. The guy was an electronics guy. He'd work on electronic equipment and he had 20 plus patents and sold comics as a way to get people in to interact with. He charged flat rate and a chart, a 20 center was 50 cents, etc., etc.
Wow.
Neat.
And unfortunately, he moved to Florida. Okay. All right.
And he probably left all the comic books in the state he left.
Yeah. True.
Hey, here's a Death of Superman. You'll be able to retire.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen the charm of the Funko Pop thing. I don't get that craze, really.
I don't either. Like I said, I think there was one that I saw that I might have wanted, but I never found it. I think I wanted a Ben Grimm. Yeah, I wanted a Ben Grimm thing.
Oh, okay.
I wanted the thing, but I can't find it for the life of me. Yeah, well, and I'm not going to pay a fortune for it. I'm upset that I want at my home in Cleveland. There was a place called Intergalactic Trading where you can get all sorts of stuff, science fiction wise. I bought the technical journal and blueprints for the Seaview, and I had a little pewter model of the Seaview. And in various moves, they have disappeared.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I moved, I lost a whole box of comics. I've never been able to find them. I don't know if they're around here anywhere, that I've just never unpacked that box, but it was like full of Gold Key comics like the Dark Shadows TV series,
Oh.
Almost Near Mint, and a bunch of like Magnus Robot Fighter and
Oh yeah, I
cool
remember
stuff.
those. Those were cool.
I love Magnus Robot Fighter. I love that comic. It's so
Yeah.
great. I don't know why they've never made that into a movie or TV series. Actually, it would make a great source material. But they probably ruin it. They'd ruin it anyway, wouldn't they?
That's
That's why I'm going.
Yeah, I love that
they
comic
did.
though. That was a great. Russ Manning was a pretty cool artist. I liked his stuff.
I'll tell you one thing. We went to a car show last year. Beautiful classic cars. Beautiful classic cars. And they had the basic hot rods. They had Mustangs. My jaw dropped when I saw this one vehicle, and I said, I want it. I have to have it. And after I slipped down to drool, it was just like, I gotta have it. It was the Black Beauty. It was a splitting image of the Black Beauty.
Wow.
And it's like, oh my! And it's like, what did they do? Buy it off the lot? Like someone bought the Batmobile? This guy bought the Black Beauty? I mean, it was almost the splitting image of it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh.
Yeah, that's a great car.
And then Sandra came running over with her arms full of Funko Pops and said, "Oh, look, Raymond, look what I bought."
Oh, she would do that. She would do that just to torture me. Yeah, she would do that. But yeah, it was a beautiful car. It was
So, was it for sale or just to look at?
It was to look at and judge. I
Okay.
wish I had had a chance to judge it because I would have definitely judged it as the winner. I mean,
Wow.
it was almost if it was the actual one off the lot,
Wow.
off the studio lot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. I remember watching the Green Hornet years ago. It was a fun show. Bruce Lee was pretty awesome in that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain, but I think there are no more Lincoln Futuras that you can buy anymore. The Lincoln Futura was the basis for the Ecto 1 for the Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, there was only a certain number of them that were still around, and especially as the various Ghostbusters series and shows and whatnot were released, people kept buying them up and turning them into Ecto 1s.
Mm.
Oh.
It was
Yeah, a lot of
interesting to
those
know how
got
many
sold
there are.
to funeral homes as hearses.
Yes.
Yeah. He sold off the books, and the new owner jacked up prices and went out of business in 6 months, as he only sold old books, and it was all volume.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. Right now, the nearest one to me is actually just the comics are like an afterthought to a gaming store.
Yep, that sounds about right. The comic book shop that's real close to me, they also own a pizza shop next door.
Ah. Ooh, pizza and comics. Woohoo!
Yeah, the
Unless
pizza
they're
store
firing up
is
the
way
pizza
more
oven.
popular.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, people got to eat.
Yeah. The comic place, the smokehouse comic place was also in an inconvenient area. You had to find a parking area. You had to risk life and limb to cross the street. Yeah, just for a comic book. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Legata says, just like when Dukes and Hazzard, they destroyed many of those cars. They could not buy replacement ones fast enough, and those that they could not became instant classics.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a guy who lived across from our school. He was about 2-3 years older than me, and he bought 2 Dodge Chargers and completely rebuilt them. He bought them out of junkyards, and he rebuilt both of them as the General Lee. And
Sweet.
what a fantastic job he did on them. I guess he sold them for ungodly money.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, did they have the horns?
nice. Yeah, he got the horns.
Wow.
And 'cause by that time, those were available at what was it? A&A Auto Parts had them, and a few other places.
Yep.
But just amazing the skills and talent that guy had. And, you know, he's like 18, 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal.
We had
Well,
also,
speaking of the General Lee horn, when I was in college, someone was hooking it up to a Honda Civic. Now, here's the problem with that kit. You had to manually tune the horns.
Oh, jeez.
So this went on for a period of 6 hours. I was working on the college project. Every 5 minutes, I would hear da 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 da.
Oh man!
Because they installed the horn kit wrong, so they kept tuning it, and every 5 minutes, da 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 da. It got so bad. All the surrounding buildings, all these surrounding apartments, the windows were open. There were so many obscenities being shouted out the windows. People were walking over. They were kicking the Honda Civic, and the guys working underneath it. Da, 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 da. And then they would swear, and it was a bunch of fraternity brothers, so they had 2 cases of Keystone Ice, which is terrible beer.
Oh, jeez.
So eventually, the police department shows up. So this old fat guy, wearing the police outfit, all the other ones weren't working that day. They send him over to go check it out. He went in, looked down into the kit, grabbed the frat brothers, pulled them from underneath the vehicle, said, "You go stand over next to the cruiser." He got the horn working, pushed it. Da, 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 da. All 6 buildings are cheering. Yay! Thank you, officer! Thank you, officer! He cites them and then gets in his car and drives away.
Nice.
Hilarious.
2 hours pass.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Da, 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 da. They started tuning the horn again.
Oh no.
4 hours pass. All the obscenities have started again. There's now 6 cases of Keystone Ice, 2 different fraternities, 2 different police officers around this car to get it back into working condition. And then eventually the state police show up.
Oh, God.
They take the horn kit out of the Honda Civic, tell both the local police officers and the students while drinking a beer that this horn kit is illegal in a Honda Civic and is not state legal.
Oh wow!
So the locals got reprimanded by the state police officer. The college students got another citation, and the state police went away with the horn kit, and the Honda Civic mysteriously disappeared.
Gotta love it.
Wow.
Oh, Legatus sent something really cool. Let me get this up.
That was my Honda Civic.
Let's see here. Oh, the other thing in the car thing the other thing in the car show was those amphibious cars. I used to think those are so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. Can't see too many of those. I think if I could somehow talk the missus that this is cool, I would have made a bid, but I don't think the missus would have thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be pretty rare now.
If you get rid of the airplane, which is totally dangerous, you can buy the nifty car.
Yeah.
True. But we don't own the airplane. Okay, this is what Legatus Legionii, let's see, he says, talking about collectibles, I sent an email about a Lego that might interest car lovers. Okay, so now we've got the backstory. Now let me through the magic of StreamYards. Wow.
Ooh.
Is that Knight Rider?
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
is impressive.
But does it go into? My question is, does it go into super pursuit mode?
Ah, boy.
Does
Yeah,
it have a lighting kit?
Do the lights flash? Does it have a voice with an attitude? Hello, Maddie's daddy. And say hello to Maddie.
Hello. Uh-oh.
What was that? What
A
was
motorbike or something?
Uh-oh.
This update by Hedgehog News Network.
Okay.
Locals in Austin, Texas have been informed by the local news. Austin Traffic Control diverts a FedEx plane from nearly colliding with a Southwest plane.
Ooh.
A FedEx cargo jet from Memphis aborted a landing on the same runway as a Southwest jet cleared to take off for Cancun 40 minutes ago.
No. Ouch.
There wasn't like much more than 100 feet between them.
Wow.
Gosh, this is the first I've heard of this.
Yeah.
That is considered not good.
Just today?
Yeah, it happened 40 minutes. It says 40 minutes ago.
Wow.
I don't know. It doesn't.
Wow.
No, but it happened. I saw it yesterday. I texted it to myself. Hang on.
Sandra, can you also look into that too?
Oh wait, Pudgy.
Uh-oh.
Published by the Associated Press, 7:52 p.m. Central Time, February 4th. This happened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send the I'll send the tweet to you.
Okay.
It has the video footage from Flight Radar.
Okay. This was okay. This truck and car was on the Lego Vote to Get site. And hello,
Nice.
Maddie's daddy. And let's see. I'm waiting for Carla to send that to me. And wow.
And Carla's really slow, so maybe
okay.
some
That's okay.
riffing
So
has to happen.
the rolling home, the big rig with the apartment inside, is that a toy as well?
That was Lego.
Incredible.
Both of those were Lego. Wow.
Lego.
That almost reminds me of of my Devil Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's amazing what people can do with Legos. Just don't step on them.
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a hedgehog who does not exist. Pudgy Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
All right.
Nothing like having to do your own theme music.
All right, let's see here.
Oh yeah, but Pudgy can sing all the great songs. It's really easy. You just have to put hedgehog into the title.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on.
I could see that. Led Zeppelin with Whole Lot of Hedgehog.
More hedgehog. More hedgehog.
Stairway to Hedgehog.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm trying to do the present. The share
Hedgehog
screen.
made hedgehog.
All right. Okay.
Detroit Rock Hedgehog.
Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay, you guys can see it, right?
Barely.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Look at the feet.
That's
Look
better.
at the feet. The altitude.
Wow. Oh,
Holy cow.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's
There
still
is
taking
something
off.
serious.
He still takes off.
Oh, I bet you that air traffic. Oh, and it was from. Wow. Okay, let's see. He's coming in. Oh.
Look at their altitudes.
Oh,
Look at their
my.
altitudes.
Wow. Okay, then he went. Okay, the FedEx went missed. Barely.
And the other guy's like, I'm VR, I'm going.
So they barely missed each other.
Well,
yeah,
that controllers should have gotten in trouble.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Wow.
I mean, okay, the FedEx came in and he's saying, oh my God, there's an airplane there. And he punched, he went missed, punched the throttle. The other guy should have just aborted, stayed on the ground, maybe taxied back. Would be my thought.
But I think he might have got to the speed. He might have got to that speed where you must rotate.
Yeah, that's true too. Sandra, what's your thoughts? She's pondering.
If he hit rotation,
but the thing is,
okay, yeah, you were right, Carla. If he hit rotation speed, he has no choice. So let's see. Let's check the airspeed. Okay, the FedEx. Okay, he went missed. I wish they'd show the other guy his speed.
Well, in theory, you can. If you went, I mean, we don't need to do it now. If you went back into flight radar and you go to playback mode, you can select which plane you want to see.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to know the UTC, and the date of it happening there, which I'm assuming it probably shows.
Let's see.
And you can go to the airport.
Okay, he didn't start. He stayed at about 300 feet. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. That is some.
This was in Australia?
No, it's in Austin.
No. Austin, Texas.
Wow. Sandra says.
Okay.
Sandra says if the other one had hit rotation speed, he didn't have a choice.
Yeah. And Pudgy also knows what Sandra's first statement was. Sandra said.
I don't know. She is cool as a cucumber. Legata says, was the other plane even told there was another airplane above them?
Yeah. There's got to be audio recording of that.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of reports going on that.
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, the ATC is going to have the controller is going to have a talk to, because it's his responsibility to make sure you've got the separation between aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's his first. Yep. So that's not separation in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's
the plane on the ground should have been told to hold short.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, there's going to be a controller deviation. Yeah.
Because I know often you change over radios, right? Like, so you go from ground, you go from the taxiing one may have a different whatever frequency
go from ground to tower.
Yeah.
In the simplest, because there's other other people that you talk to in the air traffic control system. But the simplest is you go from ground over to the tower. So what probably should have happened is they should have told the guy on the ground to hold short, or or line up and wait. They would have told him to line up and wait, and he should have lined up and waited, and they would have told the other guy to go around. But yeah.
So were those both passenger planes, or was one of them a cargo plane? Or?
One was a cargo, one was FedEx.
Okay, so there would have been slightly less loss of life if they actually had connected, but it still would have been pretty awful.
Yes, it would have been.
Yeah.
It's already, there's going to be so many reports. It'll take a long time.
Man, yeah, that's
okay. Tiger Stripes has got to go. Thank you very much for coming, Tiger Stripes.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you.
Tiger Stripes.
See everybody.
That's good
Yeah.
seeing you.
Yeah.
Yep, you take
Bye.
care.
See you.
See you on the 18th.
All right then. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, so let's see. Let's go back to. Oh, well, let's see. Legatus says it happened. Oh, wow. 6:40 a.m. at the airport, which is just usually when the departures start up.
But you have to find UTC time.
Where? Say again, Carla?
You have to find the UTC time, not the
Right.
local time.
Right. Where a 737 operated by Southwest was cleared to depart shortly before the FedEx 761. Oh, yeah. They should have told the 767 to slow down. Oh, depart shortly before the 767 was expected to make its approved landing. So it was on final. It was on final, which means that the airplane on final owns the sky.
Yeah.
Until he touches down. So, yep, and of course, the air traffic controllers union did not immediately respond to a response. Of course.
Yeah.
But how it's supposed to work is the aircraft cleared on final owns that sky until he touches down.
Unreal.
Yep.
And they wonder why I won't fly.
Yeah, I'm always nervous when I fly anywhere. I haven't flown in years, but every time I get on a plane, I feel like my life is literally in suspension until I'm back on the ground. Because you just never know, right? It's just I've always been a nervous flyer.
First time I ever flew, my parents took me out to the airport.
Oh, wow. There's a picture.
Wowzer.
Also, breaking news: you can buy giant donuts in Austin, Texas.
That's unreal. Wow.
That is a donut. Sandra says, that's one reason I want to fly myself. I can trust me. What about me, hon?
Well, someone's got to eat the giant donut.
Yes. But can you drive the plane?
I trust.
Those are Snortopoopa-sized donuts.
Yes, they are. Those are Snortopoopa-sized donuts.
Yeah, really.
Legata says, is that a mini donut in Texas?
Wow.
I've seen sausages smaller than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, wow. That is yummy.
My
Ooh,
God.
yummy. Wow, that just
A lot of times how Doom Cat does those live streams, he gets one of those and he's going all night.
Yeah. Snortopoopa says, num num. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sandra says, that's one reason I want to fly myself. I can trust me. Yep.
And
I
plus
trust her too.
she knows where the barbecue places are and where the donut places are.
Yep.
That's the reason why she has to
But can
fly
you
all those
trust her?
times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but can
And
she
in March,
trust
she'll
the
be
plane?
out. Wow. And in March, She will be doing the road trip with Rennie L.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yep. She'll be going down there for 2 weeks. So,
Rennie, is it
It's
Rennie
a
A?
recoil
Who
therapy.
didn't she just get married?
yeah, she's Rennie L now. She says, I know where the good barbecue and ranges are in the Dallas area.
Yep.
Nice.
Recoil therapy.
Yep. Legata says, ladies' night out in the town. Yeah. I think I keep wanting.
Lock up your sons.
I think I want to. I think I want to get a flight. I want to bootleg a flight down there, just maybe for a day to just see what goes on down there.
How long would it take to fly there?
She did it. 8 hours with one fuel stop.
Oh,
Am I right? 8 hours?
Well, with the deviations, it was like 9 or 10.
She says 9 or 10 with the deviations. She also had a fuel stop. And of course, you're flying into the wind.
Yeah.
the thing is, did she get a cookie with her fuel stop?
Oh, of course. It's airport cookies are the best. Airport cookies are the absolute best. Benny and Sandra, we want all the. No, I don't want to see about the WWE star wanting to have the women's championship. Let's see. Whoa. Nom 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 nom. Cobalt, you're making me hungry.
And what's the reason for Sandra and Rennie's trip? To go to the Big Texan Steak Ranch and get the 72-ounce steak challenge.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa, I want to. Now I know I want to go. Sandra, you're taking me down there. I'm going to be your safety. I'm going to be your safety pilot.
My Irish quad, look at that beast.
Oh, man.
Is that prime rib?
Checking. No, it doesn't say prime rib. It's just a 72-ounce steak. If you fail the challenge, you have to pay $72.
Oh,
Wow.
What a money.
Stoner Poopa says, looks like a nice lake. And Sean Carter says,
He won't be paying.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean Carter.
I don't know, Raymond. The old school McDonald's box of chocolatey chip cookies were really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh man, that oof. I'm drooling, Cobalt. I am drooling. Now I know I want to go down. Take a day, fly down, take a day, spend it with Rennie and Sandra, and then come on back to work.
Oh wow! The Big Texan restaurant now has a buffet.
Ooh, buffet!
Oh wow!
Carved turkey, carved Cajun ham, prime rib, cornbread dressing, mashed potatoes,
Why are
gravy.
you doing this?
Hey, it's the food segment of King Dolphin TV.
Torture! It's torture! The torture segment.
Yeah, it's the torture segment. It has to be the time we talk about food.
Yeah, buffets can be awesome. Gee, I haven't been to a buffet in a long time.
Oh, buffets are the best.
Eat all you can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, yeah, that's good times.
Used to love Old Country Buffet.
Mm-hmm. Or Golden Corral. Golden Corral's pretty good.
Yeah, they closed the Golden Corral near me, which is strange because those places, they never close. They're like Bed Bath and Body Works. They never leave the mall.
Yeah. Well, now Bed Bath and Body Works are closing down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of retail's kind of gone under in the last 10 years or so.
Well,
Same thing up
last
here.
3.
You know what it is. It used to be that if you needed the super special soap limited edition soap whatever, you had to go to the special soap store.
Mhm.
But now the company that made the super special soap now sells to all the stores.
Yeah.
So you no longer need to go to the super special soap store. If you think about the biggest example is Yankee Candle.
Mhm.
Everyone wants Yankee candles. And then they made a competitor, Bed Bath and Body Works. They had their own super special candles. And there's people that go crazy and like, oh, did you get the frosted cinnamon? It smells so wonderful. Well, now that candle company is selling to Walmart and Target and everywhere else, so you don't need to go there anymore.
Yeah.
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 You know what else? You know what else too? Now a lot of those companies will sell online and skip the middleman altogether.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the specialty stores are generally much pricier anyway. I mean, Walmart can buy huge volume, right? And they can undercut their price. So, they're going to get the business. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
had so
there's-
many major retailers go under here in Canada, though. Like, we used to have a store called Eaton's, which was a Canadian, retail chain across the country that had gone for like close to 100 years, I believe, when they went under. And they were a huge
Yeah.
department store when I was young. And they went out of business like 20 years ago, it must be now. And then we lost Sears. Sears
Oh,
is
Sears
closed
it was
down.
a shame. It was a
Yeah,
shame when Sears closed up.
it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
these were major names in retail for, all my life, right? Until, the last 10, 20 years, whatever. I think Sears only went under like maybe what, 5, 6, 7 years ago now, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they've been going for the last 20 years, ever since online sales and Harbor Freight and a lot of them came out. And they got involved. I think they bought Kmart and Kresge's, and they've been going under steadily for decades. So it's just one thing after another. Sears went out. They tore the one at the Viewmont Mall in Scranton down 6 years ago, replaced it with a new building addition on the mall with a Dick's Sporting Goods and a Field and Stream next to that, and both of those are now closed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's epidemic.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it's online sales have taken a lot of business away too.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that and
And
also
craft
also
fuels aren't
the
what they were.
prices.
Yeah.
Prices are crazy now. Inflation is really, I imagine it's bad there too, but it's really bad here. The price on stuff.
Yeah.
I went to Big Lots yesterday because they sent me a birthday coupon. If you sign up for the rewards program, they'll send you
Oh, yeah.
discounts.
Right.
So I went in there, and the store was loaded. There was so much stuff piled all the way up to the ceiling. We're talking like they had the porch furniture in, and it was so packed full that you couldn't walk anywhere to look at the porch furniture. There was stacks of chairs that were 50 high.
Wow.
Every single person that was in the store walked right past all that stuff and went right back to the grocery section.
Wow.
Everyone using the discounts on grocery.
Food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everyone goes back up to the front of the store and buys, and pays for grocery. And there's just this giant mountain of stuff. But, I'm back in the grocery section, and it was a little 8-ounce can of corned beef. $7.
What?
Yeah, it's shocking.
I'm like, this stuff used to be $1. How can it be $7? And the can's
Yeah.
half the size.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I have to buy. I don't get any food stamps or anything, so I have to buy on my own. I sent somebody in with $160, and they couldn't even come out with a full little plastic bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, for a person on a fixed income, you can't live.
Yeah, it's really getting tough. It really is. I saw a 10-pound bag of red potatoes in the supermarket about a week ago for $9.99.
Oof. Oof.
I was just
Snorter,
almost fell over.
yeah. Snorter Poopa says Sears did themselves in with the way they pushed their credit cards and made lines longer and got rid of their signature tools.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
Craftsman
another
used
thing.
to be
Yeah.
top of the line tool, and now you can't get them anymore. What is there that says Craftsman is just the same stuff you get at Harbor Freight?
Yeah, it's
Made in
all made in
China.
China now.
Yeah, it's a
Rolls.
lot of junk made in China. A lot of it. It doesn't last either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sandy says
And it
Craftsman's
doesn't
a
have a
perfect
guarantee.
example. Yep. Yeah.
It's all about manufacturing the stuff as cheaply as possible, marking it up to whatever they can get away with. And, there's no customer service anymore, right? They don't care about the
Yeah.
customers. We're
Not
just,
at all.
walking wallets is all we are
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And buy our
Indeed.
extended warranty.
Oh, I never buy those.
God. Oh, God. Let's
Oh,
not
God.
start with that.
Don't
Yeah.
even please.
That's a scam.
Extended warranties. When you do try to claim them, you might as well end up being 85 years old by the time they pay out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for the one that's going to call me and say, "We know you've got a Malibu. We have your extended warranty." Go away. I just bought it. I only have 3,000 miles on my car.
Yeah. I was getting those calls when I didn't have a car.
Yes, Pudgy.
Which state do dogs, cats, hamsters, canaries, and hedgehogs like the best?
What state do dogs, canaries, hamsters, and what else like the best?
And hedgehogs like the best.
Okay, I don't know, Pudgy. What state?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, now we're back to manning the kitty table. Now we're back to manning the kitty table. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Hold on. Which one do I? Oh, there he is. There he is. That was painful, Pudgy.
Well
that
done.
Chud.
That was painful. But there you go. There you go.
Yay!
Yeah.
Just for you, Pudgy.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So yeah, and Sears refused to modernize. Yep. So I wonder what they're calling that tower in Chicago. Are they calling it the Pudgy Tower instead of the Sears Tower?
Oh, that's a good idea, but
Now, Pudgy, you can't have your own tower. Do you know how much the taxes are going to be on that?
what are taxes?
We'll discuss later, Pudgy.
We gotta talk taxes later. Let's see.
We'll get Mexican Iron Man to explain it.
Yeah.
Well, for all those residents in Pennsylvania, county tax comes in February, March.
Yeah.
And
Don't remind me, I've still got to pay sales tax.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Wait, how does West Virginia work? Is it sales tax funds the schools?
I don't know. I do not know. Well, I know. No, this is sales tax I got to pay on the sales of my books.
Oh,
Hello, Andy.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Oh, hi, Andy.
How are you doing,
Andy.
sir?
I was watching the news, and they were talking about a proposal to get rid of all the income taxes and replace it with the national sales tax.
That's a good idea.
Well, until they said that the sales tax would be 30%. So,
yeah,
a
they're gonna
national
take the money one way or another, aren't they?
Well, a
30%, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, a national sales tax in the United States, the closest international equivalent is a VAT tax, value added tax.
Oh yeah, I did a paper on that they should do that.
Mhm.
Way back when. If I were the king of the world, I would impose a VAT tax.
Of course, the biggest problem with doing the national sales tax is, and this is a true story. A long time ago, I went to Denver. It was a good trip. It was in high school, but I bought a Pepsi, and I looked at my receipt because the Pepsi was like $5-something, and it was 7% state sales tax, 6% local sales tax, 1% school tax. So there was 14% taxes on this bottle of Pepsi. And I being from out of state, I went to the cashier. I said, "Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. Why is there so much sales tax on this?" And the clerk was very nice, and they explained, county, state, local. Colorado doesn't have an income tax, so all of their revenue generated is from sales of everything, and that tax applies to everything: food, medicine, services, absolutely everything. So in that scenario, if they ever institute the national sales tax, that means the poor residents out at least in Denver, and I'm sure it's more because I visited Denver in the 90s. That means they're going to be paying close to 50% sales tax on everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Taxes make me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Haji's head hurts.
Yes, I agree. Snorter Poopus, I saw this. I'm going to shame you. Yes, this is sad. This is very, very sad.
Haji's confused.
Wow.
When does Snorter Poopus get a belly button ring?
Wow. That's a classic.
Snort, snort, snort.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Man.
Yeah.
Were they flying that up in Canada?
I want one.
Oh
Wow,
my
that's
God.
cool.
Oh boy.
That's
A lot of
All
air
right.
that went in that.
Snort, snort, snort.
I'm not going to make the obvious comment about how hot air.
He says China has nothing on us. A polar bear spy balloon.
I want one.
Spam, 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 spam. Wonderful spam, glorious spam, 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 spam.
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's quite a balloon. Wow.
That is. I like that balloon.
I'm impressed. That thing's huge.
Yeah. Yes, Snort. You can float over to the kiddie table. But just remember, you gotta have a talk with Snoopy.
Yep. And Andy's right. Jersey has a tax on everything, even leaving. You have to pay a toll to get out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And thus we have found the greatest solution to the balloon from China.
The Snorter Poopus balloon.
Yeah.
Polar bear balloons.
The polar
Paint
bear.
it red.
And it will only cost the government $1 billion a year.
There you go.
10,000 for the balloon and 990,000
To feed the polar bear.
To feed the polar bear, and the rest goes to tax theft and corruption.
Yeah.
There you go, Snort. And he goes, wee.
cowboy hat on.
Who?
He broke John. They
Yes.
broke John.
Broke John again.
I love it.
Oh, we broke John.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Fit would be proud.
Yep. That would be proud.
Oh, and I must issue a retraction to an earlier statement. I mentioned that it was an F-15 that shot down the Chinese balloon. Correction, it was an F-22.
Yeah. Hey, they had to make their, they had to work, or serve their purpose somehow. They haven't shot anything.
Yeah. So the airplane upgraded by 7 models, and so did the cost.
Yep.
Yeah. That plane had been following that balloon for quite some time.
Yeah.
They decided to let the Raptors
Guys,
do their job.
did anybody ever hear anything about what the payload of that balloon actually was? I'm thinking it can't be with the way that payload. There can't just be weather equipment.
They're not going to tell us. They're not going to tell us.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a Navy ship right outside the shoot down area picking that up to.
They had spotters all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for the next part of the story, and the next part is where their government says we want our balloon back, and the United States will be like, sure.
Yeah.
But they never mentioned when.
That's true.
So we say sure and say we want the USS Pueblo back.
True.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Let's see. Oh.
Or they send them back the wreckage from a different balloon.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Send them the wreckage from Area 51.
Yeah.
No, you know what would be really funny? You send them back a balloon and it's all in Swedish.
True.
And the confused Chinese spy officers are like, "What? Who wrote this?"
Yeah.
Oh, you are warp. Turns out the Swedish chef was a tactical officer.
Sean says, my theory is it had no payload, no real payload, and it was a test to see if they could maneuver one of those things over specific targets, and we let them do it.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I want to know is why they didn't see it when it was over Alaska.
Exactly.
And over the Aleutians. I mean, they could have shot it down there. Nobody lives there. Nobody lives there.
Yeah, I was telling Raymond, Alaska is like North Dakota in terms of population.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pretty sparse, I think, from what I know.
And it was on Montana. I mean,
Montana's pretty underpopulated too, isn't it?
It's All it is some people, a bunch of buffaloes, some horses, and missile sites.
Yeah. I guess there's lots of ranchers out there or something. I think. Yeah, I drove through Montana once. It seemed to be pretty empty.
Yeah,
a lot of land and not much building around. You know, unless you drove through a city, of course. But
and YouTube, what I just said was put on the newspapers after you started breaking the story of the balloon. So don't go, don't send the CIA after me.
Yeah. Send them after Snortopoopas. Kidding, Snort.
You know what the CIA stands for?
What?
Canaries and airplanes.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I could see Samuel Jackson in that movie.
You know what the FBI stands for?
What?
Ferrets, badgers, igloos.
Ah.
Oh, I always thought that. I always thought Fat, wrong, but ignorant.
Yeah.
No, not igloos, iguanas.
Oh, iguanas. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. CIA. Num num. Yeah. Let's see. 6.5 people per square miles, and most of those are in a few cities. Yep. Yeah. All right. It is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Is it time for?
Soon, Pudge. Soon. Because.
It's time for cookies. It's time for cookies.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Always time for cookies.
It's always time for cookies. Yeah, but since we've got to get up early in the morning tomorrow, we still got some stuff we got to do. I think it's going to be close. We'll go about another 25 minutes. Hello, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hello, Mr. Dave.
Yeah, we'll go a little bit longer, but we're going to have to cut it. We're going to cut it off in 7 hour time because. Hello. Hello. No, I don't want. I do not want your.
I gotta go, guys.
Okay, you take care.
Bye, Casey.
Night, Casey.
Bye, Casey.
Take care. Stay strong.
Bye.
Great to see you guys.
Take it. Hello, Deef, and he said, why didn't the U.S. deploy the orbital ion cannon in order to shoot down the balloon?
Do you know how much it costs to run that thing? We have to turn off the entire state of Connecticut.
Oh, true, Pudgy. True.
And we complain every time.
Let's see. Captain over. White courtesy phone. Captain over. White. I've got it.
What's the clearance, Clarence?
Yes.
What's your vector, Victor?
Yeah, what's the vector, Victor? Oh, dear. Another classic.
That's a great opening.
Yeah. Sean Connery laughs. Well, I'm glad you guys were a bunch of great sports and came on a Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, well, I figured I haven't been here for probably about 3 weeks, so I wanted to pop in for a while.
Well, glad you came by. Glad you came by Pleasant Valley.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm glad that Carla was here. Oh, hi, Dalek. How are you doing?
Hey there.
Hi, Dalek.
Sorry I'm so late. I was asleep for the last 7 hours. Yes. Well, hello. Well, Dalek, if you want to come in real quick. Unfortunately, we're starting to wind down. And so, yeah, we're going to start winding down with our usual, with the favorite segment of King Dolphin TV.
Yeah.
I get so many questions after we play this. So guys, stick around afterwards. But yeah, we've got to start. We've got to start getting ready for work. 4:30 comes way too.
Oh.
Of course,
going to bed.
Huh?
That's about when I'm going to bed.
Yeah, Carla's probably getting up at about that time too.
That's my half time sleep. I always wake up about 3:30.
3:30. Oh yeah. Oh, don't you hate clock?
Sorry.
Don't you hate clock watching?
Yep.
Yeah, I am a clock watcher.
Yeah. I'll get up. I'll look at the clock. I say, okay, it's such and such a time. I got 4 hours before getting up.
Yep.
Okay, now it's such and such a time. I got 2 hours before getting up. And then about 4:15, I'm saying, oh, might as well get up.
Yep. Yeah, that
Okay,
was
Dalek.
out when I moved up here from Palmerton. Was I threw out my clock?
Yeah, that's what I should do. So, sorry, Dalek. Well, glad you at least came by a little bit. Catch the tail end.
Yeah, Pudgy was able to go on and see the Dalek show. So Pudgy already asked Dalek his official impossible question.
Oh, okay. So the official impossible question has been asked.
That's correct.
All right.
But what was the answer?
Yeah. Did he answer it correctly?
Well, he laughed a lot. So
good.
At least the question made him happy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And Pudgy's going through Dalek training school. Pudgy's designation is now up to .1.
So Pudgy .1 or Pudgy Dalek .1?
Yeah, Pudgy Dalek .1. The good news is our instructor is really nice. And once he puts his teeth in, then he can say, exterminate! Otherwise, it's more like,
Pudgy came and watched my show yesterday morning.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was 2 a.m. Pudgy time.
Why were you up that early, Pudge?
Well, Pudgy drank a little bit of coffee, so Pudgy was bouncy for a good while. But thankfully, it wasn't a lot of coffee, so Pudgy didn't actually start time traveling, which is always a plus.
Oh, yes, that's always true.
The last time Pudgy drank too much coffee, Pudgy met a real nice guy called Grover Cleveland. He was thinking about running for president, and Pudgy said that was a good idea.
So it was before the big assassination.
Yeah.
Wait,
I hope so.
Wait a minute, Pudgy. Were you responsible for what happened to Grover Cleveland?
Oh, I hope not.
He was just a nice man that was thinking about running for office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the coffee wore off and then Pudgy disappeared.
Oh, okay. Good. Let's see.
Right, that first time Pudgy tried Nutella and coffee, Pudgy ran into some guy named Taft.
Taft. Why do you run into people that want to be president?
Pudgy don't know, and Pudgy is equally confused why to keep appearing in Pennsylvania.
Oh. Okay, Leganis has a question for Dalek 451. If androids dream of electric sheep, what do Daleks dream of? And
that's a good question. That's a Philip K. Dick reference.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph Dredd says Daleks dream of a radiated sheep. Okay.
Hi, Joseph.
Hello, Joseph Dredd. How are you doing, there, sir? All right. So we got one exterminated sheep, 2 exterminated sheep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, Joseph Dredd. Glad you came over here. Boy, we've had lots and lots of fun today. We've talked about balloons. We've talked about airplanes. We've talked about
giant donuts, giant steaks.
Yes, we talked about giant donuts, giant steaks. We talked about electric. What? Oh, and we talked about giant snorter-poopus balloons.
Yep.
With belly rings.
With belly rings, yes. Let's see. Hello, Dark Helmet. Yeah,
hey, Dark Helmet.
We're getting ready to wrap up the show.
Hi, Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
Raymond, did you see Fit's latest
Video?
video?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. That was officially a panel breaker. I snickered.
And he had a nice message on it for us all.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want him as an enemy.
Yep.
We're lucky he's on our side. We're doing pretty good. We're getting ready to wrap up Dark Helmet. So, all right, we got 15 minutes. Who interviewed you, Dark Helmet? Who interviewed you? You can put it out there. And please subscribe to Dark Helmet. Let's get his channel going too. So it was good for my very first interview. I was nervous. All right. Cool. But you've been on other ones. You've been on Brian, the anime guy, and you were pretty well on that one.
Wait, is it Brian or Brandon?
Oh, it's Brandon. Sorry. It's been a long weekend.
Well, no, Pudgy doesn't know. So there might be more than one channel that's about anime.
That's true. It's Brandon. Good point. It's Brandon, the anime guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Maybe Brian's the Mirror Universe one.
Oh.
And he's into Sailor Moon.
Oh. I used to watch Sailor Moon. It's kind of goofy, but okay.
Were you tuxedo masked?
Huh?
Were you tuxedo masked?
I am never going to tell you. I was dolphin mask. No. Okay, Sandra's working on it. Sandra is working on it. Anyone have a link to Dark Helmet's channel? And Sandra is working on it. Yeah. All right.
Called it's like drinks and something.
Yeah.
Drinks and opinions.
Yeah, drinks and opinions. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Drinks.
I love the way we all say I have to rewind. Like like we don't rewind anything these days, but we still say rewind.
Yeah, be kind, rewind.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like when I go on a YouTube live stream, I say, I just wanted to tune in. It's like, I'm not tuning in.
I'm tuning out.
Why do I still say that? It's just like habit, I guess, right? From years and years of saying it.
You know what's really bad?
What?
One time, Pudgy was watching a VCR tape that Pudgy thought was a little naughty.
Oh.
It was called Head Cleaner.
Oh.
Pudgy doesn't know why. It was all full of static. And everyone giggles when they talk about
it. There is the channel to Dark Helmet, and Sandra put it out there, so I got a jinx.
Yep.
She owes you a soda.
Yep, we owe each other a soda. Okay, and Dalek says, I can think of much worse anime than Sailor Moon that Mira Brandon could like. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
That's because if you push all the buttons on the outside of Dalek, he turns into a magical princess unicorn pony.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay, guys. It's time.
That's in the official Dalek manual.
It's in the official Dalek manual. Okay.
Written in 1967.
Ah. Okay. All right. I know we've delayed, but it's time.
Yay!
Do we want fancy or normal?
Normal.
No, we'll start normal and then end up fancy. It's got Pudgy and it's got Carla in it. Yeah, I think this is your laugh.
I don't think so.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes with Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun. Yay!
Dun dun. Okay, we've got. What the heck did I do here? Okay, so we've got our show notes for the upcoming shows. Oh, Klobby loved. At least he was. I don't say he loved show notes, but he maybe looked a lot less strange.
Yeah.
When show notes came on. Okay, this Wednesday, Kamira Miller, a musician, will be joining us. We'll see how much music we can get on before YouTube decides to smack me around.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yep. On the 14th is Valentine's Day. We all know that. On the 15th, Anti-Derivative Jill will be joining me as we talk about DS9 romances.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah. Yes, it will. The 18th will be Ladies' Night, hosted by Wendy Webb. So, ladies, please join us that day. The ladies are ruling the pod. And they will be on the panel. They will be, yeah. King Dolphin, After Dark. So that ladies' night on the 18th. And that, yes, the 18th is easier to say than trying to fight between the 10th and the 11th. On the, I kept saying the 10th. Ladies' night on Friday, opposed to Friday Night Frolics. Ooh. Yeah. So ladies' night on the 18th. Ladies will have a fun time that night. On the 22nd will be Stephanie Janicek coming back and talking to us about the Smuggler's Cantina. Let's see. Okay, anything else? And March starts Radio King Dolphin TV month.
What's that going to be about?
Well, Radio King Dolphin TV has started out where we do dramatic readings. We started out, it was Anti-Derivative Jill, it was Tiger Stripes, and I doing dramatic readings from my book, All's Fair. And it came along pretty well. So I decided, March, let's do all Radio King Dolphin TV, and we're going to have Pudgy and Cobalt do Pudgy story times as well.
Story.
So Pudgy and Cobalt will be reading excerpts from Pudgy Adventures. And on alternate times, we'll be reading more of All's Fair, Anti-Derivative and Jill and I.
So is that on this? Are those on this channel, Raymond? Or
Yes, they are.
oh,
They'll be
okay.
on
I thought
Wednesdays.
maybe when you said radio, I thought maybe you'd put a second channel up or something.
No. This is no. I wish.
I'll have to check
no.
those out. I somehow I missed those completely.
Yep. They're on the replays if you want to watch the previous two.
Yeah, I'll have to take a watch when I have some time.
And then the Pudgy stories will be the first. The first one will be on the 1st, and radio. The All's Fair will be on the 8th. So that is what we're doing now. Next week, on the 11th, will be a regular Just Cuz. It won't be a ladies' night. Ladies' night will be a week later because of Wendy Webb's family. The funeral will be that night. So we will see you on this coming Wednesday and on next Saturday. And we will now thank everybody who is here. After, of course, the fancy show notes.
This segment is brought to you by thedolphinwars.com. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. With Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Whenever Mr. Fett watches this, Pudgy has a question for Mr. Fett. Why does Wendy have a buzzy cut?
Yeah, I've been wondering that myself. I don't think it's a buzzy cut as much as she puts her hair back because of nurse things.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's the link to King Dolphin TV.
Yay!
And then
And remember, boys and girls, Valentine's Day is coming up soon, so you can go to thedolphinwars.com to buy your sweetie all sorts of wonderful things.
that is true. We've got, besides the books, buy the books, we've got coffee cups, we've got t-shirts. See? Devil Ray.
Awesome.
Devil Ray.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Dark Helmet says had to make sure I love that like button. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Why did it? Okay.
Oh boy, Pudgy has a great idea for new merchandise.
What?
You know those really long body pillows which have the anime characters on them? You can have a dolphin.
Already been done, Pudgy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'll show you. Well, actually, if Sandra can, while I'm winding down.
Yeah. Throw it to him, not at him.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm activating the voicemail.
Oh my god.
Oh, I remember that show. That was a great show.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, suddenly got an inflatable
Oh, more kitty table crashing, huh?
doll. From the files of Police Squad.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Oh, what do we got here? Merchandise.
merchandising.
Where the real money in the Dolphin Wars is made.
Yes. We got this one. We got Dolphin War pillows.
Awesome.
Dolphin
Nice.
War Devil Ray pillows. We got Devil Ray pillows.
Nice.
Wow.
We got Squadron logo pillows.
Yay.
Now this one I did not get. I can't claim this, but I thought this was cool when I first bought it. This was from Bass Warehouse.
That is
Nice.
cool.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. See, you even got the Bass Pro House sticker.
that's great.
Yep. There you go. There you go,
Nice.
Pudgy. Is that what you're looking for?
So
Wow.
long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
You make me snort hungry.
Cool.
All right. So that is. Oh, look at us. King Dolphin TV has an inflatable dolphin doll. Can that be shown around Pudgy?
Oh my.
Oh yeah, no problem, Legatus.
Yep. Fill it with helium. Put it right next to Snortopoopus.
Yeah. Valentine's Day sucks. It interferes with my birthday. Oh. Let's
Sorry.
see.
And
And
happy
Snortopooper says, just another pleasant drive.
Yeah.
Did I miss what? That was the driving into my the kitty table again?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
it was
song.
into the kitty table. Pay no attention to the demolition derby in your backyard.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Slapshot's friends were very upset that they missed the last demolition derby, so they decided to join in the fun.
Oh no. Oh, I can see Slapshot driving.
Yep.
Oh dear. Slapshot, Brandy, and Catherine trying to drive off, getting on top of each other and trying to maneuver the stick, the gas pedal. She drives the steering wheel. Oh dear, the horror. The horror.
It's the long pedal on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on tonight, when Mr. Raymond. Wait, Pudgy, did you push a button again?
Uh-oh. Pudgy pushed the button to sound like Cobalt again. Uh-oh.
Okay.
And
So,
later tonight, when Mr. Raymond is going to try to go to sleep, the three ferrets are going to be underneath the bed in their little car going, da, 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 da.
I still yell that at my car. I get out the car and
oh
go,
dear.
"Da-da-da-da-da." My
Oh.
kids have no idea what
Oh. Well, guys, this was a great show as usual.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Raymond.
Yep. Stick around afterwards. Stick around afterwards for our usual post talk. Thank you, Pudgy. Thank you, Cobalt, for coming.
Thank
you, Mr. Raymond.
You're welcome,
Yes, thank
Pudgy.
you.
Yep. Fez, as always.
Pleasure to be here as always, and thanks a lot for having me.
Yep.
Great to see everybody.
Great to see you, even on a Sunday. Pleasant Valley, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always fun to pop on, when I can, and yeah, it's always a good time. Nice way to wind down the weekend, So.
Yeah, that's true. Carla, as always, thank you very much. I know it's late up there, but nice of you to show up and
late. Oh, it's awesome here. It's like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And it's probably warm.
Mm-hmm. It's probably warm.
And it's very humid from all the rain and flooding we had. It's like being in Singapore or something, right?
Oh, humid's not good.
Yeah.
Humidity's awful.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing about Western Canada. We have a dry heat here. We don't get much humidity ever.
Oh, we got
We're very lucky.
Yeah. We get the southern humor here. The southern humidity here.
So is that like a sauna bath or something?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. All right.
Ouch.
Yeah. So thank you all for coming. Oh, and also thank you, Tiger Stripes, for coming over and visiting us.
Casey Ozowski.
Sorry you couldn't stay for the whole thing, but glad you were here. And our amazing wrenches. We had Sandra, our producer. Thank you for helping out here. We didn't need her in the background. We actually beat the buff. We actually beat the buffering thing. So that was great.
Awesome.
Wendy Webb, our co-host, thank you for being here. I know you've got a lot of stressful things coming up. Hope you just keep things, stay strong, Wendy, and we'll see you on the 18th. We had Dalek 451 joined us. We had our first in, last out, Legatus Legion I. Yeah. Pudgy Hedgehog did double duty as a wrench, holding that wrench of the wrench of doom. And of course, the bariest bear of all. It's not a pupas. Cuber.com. I keep trying to get I keep trying to get him to get the little granddaughter to say snort up poopas, but she won't do it. She's kind of on the shy side. Oh well. Take care, Snort. Let's see. Snort says, take care of human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, parrot, hedgehog, and wildebeest. Wildebeest? Where did we get a wildebeest?
It's on order from Amazon.
It'll be here on Tuesday. Sandra, Lagata says we need to get Sandra onto the foreground panel. None of this hiding in the background. She'll be on Ladies' Night.
It's possible. We just need to get Velcro.
Okay. Later.
Night, night, Joseph.
Night, Joseph.
Night, Joseph.
And Dark Helmet says, but we are the listeners and we want you on one time. Remember, viewer is always right. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
She'll probably be on Ladies' Night when all the other ladies are there.
Yep.
The good news is that Mr. Raymond has all the pillows, so she has nothing to throw at him.
That's true. That's true. And the chatters. Those that were here, we had Andy Masterson. Thank you, sir. We had Basil, the pumping seagull, with those massive guns of his. Basil.
Yep.
Casey Osowski, again, thank you for coming. Hope we helped to cheer you up a bit. And stay strong, my friend, and hope it gets better. It does get better. We had Dark Helmet. Congratulations on your interview. And let me see if I can get your channel out there one more time. I know it's here. Okay. No, that's Brand. I think that's Brandon, the anime guy. No, okay. There it is. There's Dark Helmet's channel. Please like and subscribe him. Let's get him up there. And let's get me up to 250. I was too short. I'm too short right now of 250. Come on, let's get me to 250, guys. I really would like that. It would make me happy.
Too short. Have you tried platform shoes?
As clumsy as I am, I don't know. Let's see. Sandra says last year Rennie and I kind of took over one show. That was true.
Mm-hmm.
That was true.
That was funny.
And Rennie and Sandra were shooting live rounds. We had to behave. We had to behave better than usual. And Dark. Hey, that is a start. Start small, work big. Small, work big.
You'll get there.
And let's see. Did I go? No, I'm still working. Okay, we had Dark Helmet. We had Deef. Hello, Deef. Don't forget to get his book, Circle of Vengeance. Joseph Dredd came on. Lemon Pie was here. Mark D with a C came on and visited. Maddie's daddy. Matt G. The amazing Max Redstone with some great thoughts. Phantom Outsider, thank you very much for coming. And we had Pop Culture Curator. And Sean Carter with a beautiful poem for Casey Heatherell and Mary Ashmead,
Very nice.
who he did on Friday Night Frolics, and Wendy also enjoyed it. It helped make her feel better. And that is everybody for Sean. That I think Wendy when we read it, Wendy also felt good too. So that is everybody on the chat. I'd like to thank you all for being here, and we all had fun. Made a Sunday the wind down feel. We helped everybody get back, feel great, feel fun for everybody. I'd like to wish you all a good night. Enjoy the week, and see you guys Wednesday for our interview, and next Saturday for Just Goods.
Take care, everybody.
All take care.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Guys, stick around. Let's see. Outro.